and by price, so you don't have to go digging around. Now, Chris, I had the same experience at VisionWorks in Santa Ana.
Seriously, why go anywhere else but VisionWorks? Their 100-day guarantee gives you peace of mind, so if you change your mind, for any reason, just bring them back.
Buy one, get one free.
Simple scheduling, simple shopping. VisionWorks makes it simple.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Granger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Granger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Granger.com, or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like a warehouse operations manager.
Where are the forklifts?
Sold them. Too expensive. We're using scooters now.
So you expect us to move a 2-ton pallet on a scooter?
Just lean into it. Put your back into it, people.
This is a job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Yeah! No open today. Our boy Morales is a little under the weather, so no lit today.
Yes.
Feel better, Chris? You know, I don't like having
Really?
to be
You
nice
mean
to
that?
people. Look, I don't. See, here's the thing. I don't want him to get near death again because then we'll have to leer. I almost died twice. I just want to make sure that he's,
just a little pain.
He's got a little flu bug going
No
around.
lit
so
today.
Hopefully, he's feeling a little bit better.
Unbelievable. I prepared for lit.
Well, yeah, you got to.
Yeah, you have to.
you can't.
My whole morning was lit.
Yeah. You can't just walk into this, unprepared. You get steamrolled.
Laura, what did my face look like when you told me there was no lit today?
Oh, you were so happy. You raised your hands and said hallelujah.
Did I really? I didn't even know I did that.
Yeah, you went hallelujah.
I didn't even know I did that. I guess, that's what I wanted to know. I had no idea. Wow.
Well, sometimes, you get those reactions and the truth comes out.
I missed the dude. It's fun.
He'll be back.
With Chris.
He'll be back.
Absolutely.
He'll be back on next Tuesday and the Tuesday after that and
it
the
is
Tuesday
a skill
after that and the Tuesday after that.
To find the negative in just about anything, right? Anything is a skill. Let me see how he can get to the negative on here.
That is an incredibly well said sentence right there.
Yes.
That to find the negative in anything.
Right.
I've never thought of it like that. Like I'm sure I've mentioned this to you guys at one point or another. My dad is the most positive person I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
That no matter what's going on,
my
dad finds the silver lining in things and opportunities in things, and he gives everybody the benefit of the doubt that, hey, maybe this is going on. Like he never assumes the worst. And then there's Chris.
Right. That's the other end. The alpha, the omega. There
you
it
go.
Is. The yin
so
and yang.
that I have both of those people in my life, I guess, is a nice yin and yang.
You're exactly where you need to be in your life.
I am right there.
Trying to buy a stove.
Yeah. Do you guys think I can find like a really positive story that you're like, there's no way he can turn this into a negative?
I was trying to think of the most positive story out there.
Kitty got saved from a burning tree or something,
Well, the Olympics would have been, but that got kind of screwed up.
Yeah,
that kind of got messed up a little bit. I'm trying to think of the most wholesome story out there right now. Oh, Mendoza. Everybody loves Mendoza. Can you find anything bad to say about Mendoza? Is that too easy?
I don't know about everybody.
Is that too easy?
Yeah,
okay,
that's one of those. Nah.
Really? Okay.
No, nobody acts. Nobody acts. I'm getting severe Russell Wilson vibes from that guy.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah. Really strong Russell Wilson. Like, no, bro.
But you're a realist, though, right? I mean, you play the games, you win the games. That matters.
Oh, no. He's a good football player.
You took Indiana from nowhere.
Yeah.
135 years of what.
I didn't say he's not
to
a good
the
football
mountaintop.
player.
Yeah.
He's a great football player.
Yeah.
He's a very, very, very good football player. I'm just saying I'm not buying the thing, like all of it.
The it factor? We'll see.
The stuff. That's just
He's got Brady on speed dial.
I could use other words. It's unusual to find a college student that behaves like that.
Okay. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I see what you mean. We'll wait and see.
I'm waiting for the invisible high fives coming out of the tunnel like Russell Wilson.
Look at you.
I'm waiting for the high knees down the middle of the
I don't
plane.
know why people hate Russell so much. Besides the fact that he fell off a cliff, he's just corny.
Okay, maybe.
He's just a corny dude.
It rings as very, very, very inauthentic.
If
it's authentic corniness, then okay.
100% corniness. You have a friend that's corny like that.
No, I don't have any. No, I don't. I have friends that are squares. I'm a square,
that's
right?
What I mean.
I get that.
Yes, in some circles you might be Russell
People
Wilson.
hate things when you pretend that hey guys, hey.
I do know positive people.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there are also some times when bad stuff happens, damn it. You know, that, and you don't throw the interception to lose the Super Bowl and go, can't wait for next year. Like in the moment you go, son of a, not, hey guy, just super fun to be here and get a chance. Like, come on, man.
He's just corny. That's
like
my dude.
Cam Newton losing the Super Bowl, that's normal.
Yeah.
Right? He's angry.
Being upset.
He's short. He's rude.
Emoting.
Like, he's
okay.
perfect word. He's emoting. Negative emotions are part of life.
You know people like Russ, they always got a scripture for you.
Yeah,
they always got some sort
of out of me too.
Some sort of Bible verse.
That's one of those.
He's one of them dudes.
Cool, man. You can just take that over there.
Stay that far.
Yeah,
over there.
You need more LeBrons.
Come on.
Yes.
I don't know why we hate Russ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, what happened to Roki? What happened to Roke? Hey man, you told me. Wait, hold on.
You want the Morales or do you want the Bob Rogers?
I want the Travis.
I can give you either.
Okay, between you and Greg, you guys keep telling me not to worry about spring.
Yeah.
And then this happens. So how should I feel about Roki getting yanked off the mound? Getting racked?
It's
at this point.
I don't want to pretend that it's good or anything like that, but it really doesn't move me all that much. He pitched poorly. He has pitched poorly the 2 times that he has pitched. That if you put together what you saw from him at the beginning of last year and through the early part of the season and this, he has not pitched well. But when the pressure was at its absolute highest, the most intense situation that there could have possibly been,
the bell.
He thrived.
Yeah, he answered the bell.
So I'm not worried about this globally. Would I like to see him pitch better? Am I worried about the fact that he's walking too many guys, that he doesn't seem to have command of his pitches? Yeah, it's not ideal, but when they had to have him, he was really good.
Okay.
I keep leaning on that,
Just in case, because you don't know. You don't know which direction the guy's going. He's got potential, right?
He's also really young.
Yes. But it could go either way at this point. There's a lot to
I think that's fair.
And there's some that you're okay.
I think that's fair.
If it goes south and it does not work out, you've got thick enough hide that it's not going to damage the product, like the Dodgers were wrong on a guy.
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, you're going to miss on guys.
That's okay. Thank you.
It happens all the time.
Yes.
Yeah. He's an unproven commodity.
Right.
He's a very talented young player, but relatively unproven. Even and I know I've said this before, Yamamoto, when he came over here, finished product. Like he's a pro. He's a pro and had pitched in the second best league in the world and been the best pitcher in that league for a long time. When Ichiro came over to this league, finished product.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like just like there was no development. It was just figure this league out and then we'll see. Roki Sasaki is still figuring out how to be a professional baseball player.
Yeah.
Like he has a very small sample size, both in Japan and here.
Well, the thing I messed up on was I started reading comments just for fun.
Yeah.
And one of the comments was they figured him out.
He's pitched like 14 innings. Figured what out? That's yeah. This is yet another reason why I stay out of the internet comment thing. It's like they're so dumb. Like figure when he had to get people out, he got people out.
Right.
And you know who he got out? He got out the Philadelphia Phillies, and he got out the Toronto Blue Jays, the two best teams that the Dodgers ran into the entire season long. That is what matters.
Just like Mendoza taking Indiana to a national championship.
He had a terrible game today in spring training. Yeah, I mean, it's not good. I'm sure he's not, back home in his apartment or whatever thinking everything's great. I'm sure he's, going to go back to work. But
this is not a good day.
It's a bump in the road.
But is working on stuff.
Yeah.
This is not a working on stuff. This is him trying to get people out and just getting wrapped.
It's working on stuff. Spring training is to work on your weaknesses. It's to work on mechanics.
I'm throwing all the pitches I hate.
It's to make sure that your mechanics are ironed out. Now, throwing the ball, not throwing the ball in the strike zone, that's never good. That's never good. But if he's working on pitches, if he's working on sequences, if he's working on some sort of mechanical tweak that's not entirely comfortable yet, you're going to have days like this. You're going to have days like this even when you are firing on all cylinders.
I just want the guy to be great. I like Roki.
Look,
you know why I like Roki?
I think greats.
He was crying.
He's clearly a sensitive guy.
He got me. He got me with that.
I'll be honest. When we saw him crying in the dugout at the beginning of last year, that was like, uh-oh. Like, I don't know if you're ready for this. But then he showed up in the World Series, and he was great again. Like,
for a mustache.
Everything about him, when it's mattered, he's been really good. So we know the talent's there. It's just, it's going to take some time. He's like 21 or 22 years old. He's still really green.
Can we just, not see him until he's ready?
No. Well, see, this is the other thing.
Can you go finish him someplace else?
No,
and bring him out when he's unhittable?
They have the luxury of allowing him to learn at the big league level.
This is true.
Because they have so many talented players, because they have such a deep and multifaceted offense, they're going to score a lot of runs.
Yeah.
This isn't and not to pick on the Padres here, but if he were on the San Diego Padres, the Padres would need him to be really good.
You're in the rotation.
Yeah,
you got
we need you to win a bunch of games, but that's just not where he is with the Dodgers. He can continue to develop and grow.
I wish young quarterbacks had that sort of option.
Yeah,
where you can just sit and be fifth string for a while.
Yeah, but
just for a minute, so you learn stuff and then get out there when you're ready, not get killed.
Like Fernando Mendoza might get killed with the Raiders.
He's a great kid. He may be corny, but he may be great. Come on,
he might be.
Yeah,
we'll see. I know we might not see with the Raiders. We might not know. We might have to wait for him to move around like Sam Darnold to land on a real team.
This is true,
right?
Yes, sir.
Sam Darnold went to the Jets. That never works.
He was going to go.
Right?
Yep.
It's going to happen. All right. Lots to get to. Today, we're going to talk more about the Dodgers. We've got a Laker game tonight. Trudell is going to come through. And what's on tap today? The Lakers are home against the Pelicans. The Toyota Lakers countdown with Beto Duran starts at 6 o'clock. Tip-off at 7:30. Hear it on your afternoon drive on 710 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra, a superior taste worth playing for. The official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly.
One more thing before we go. I did not have John Ireland being pro Magic City on my bingo card when I woke up.
Yeah.
He's very pro Magic City.
I did not have that on the bingo card at all.
Then you don't know John Ireland.
Wow, I was completely blown away by that entire conversation.
It was interesting.
Yeah. Make it rain, baby. Make it rain. There you go, DeAndre. Make it rain. Oh, you're bad at that, bro.
I just want my money to stay in my pocket.
In the pockets.
Yeah,
yes, I got you.
I don't know. Maybe Chris is right about me after all. Maybe I do squeeze the cord until the Eagles screams. Hey, Greg's going to hop in with us. We'll talk a little more Roki. We'll talk a little bit about something that sounded kind of goofy, and it's getting more serious by the second. It's coming up. It's DeMarco and Travis, ESPN LA.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play here.
After a big win at home over the Kings, the Purple and Gold are back at Crypto.com tonight.
LeBron into the front court. Step back. Three-pointer. Good again. LeBron is cooking.
It's Lakers looking for back-to-back home wins as the Pelicans come to town. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. tonight.
Every dribble, every dunk. This is the home of the Lakers. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
This March, while the brackets are busted, somebody will be breaking away in a brand new BMW at Hard Rock Casino Tajon. Unity by Hard Rock members can earn entries all March long for the $500,000 Luck of the Irish BMW drawing just by using their Unity by Hard Rock card. Join us for exciting promotions, big wins, and your shot at driving off in serious style. Hard Rock Casino Tajon, the easiest drive from downtown LA.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill? Because it's just better for you. Our Asian-inspired menu has high-quality proteins that are healthier for you. Like hormone-free chicken, ribeye steak, wild-caught salmon, and shrimp. Introducing our new Chili Crisp Dumplings, a spicy twist on a Waba favorite. Bold, crunchy, and tossed and fiery. Chili Crisp. That's our new Chili Crisp Dumplings. Get them today, only at Waba Grill. It's for you.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VAN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VAN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VAN.
You're hanging out with the Rams Super Bowl champ and Sweet Tea.
You got my back. Come on.
No, I don't.
You got my back on
Let
this.
me be very, very clear.
Yes,
I
you
do not have your back.
More DeMarco and Travis right now.
So, Greg, I got a question for you.
Oh,
Did you,
so you're coming out with this? I'm already worried about what's going to happen right now.
Did you celebrate National Pancake Day today?
Oh, is it today?
Yeah, it's today,
Oh, man, I should have celebrated
Pancakes for
it.
Only dinner. IHOP.
Oh. Pancakes for dinner sounds fantastic.
Only IHOP. Only IHOP.
What was that, Laura?
Only IHOP. It's
Oh.
IHOP
Oh, so
National
good.
Pancake Day.
Okay, so
it's not
that's just
entire-
an IHOP
Yeah.
sale then.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I really want to do that. Although IHOP pancakes not that bad.
Pancakes.
They're fine. No.
Get a waffle.
See, that's the thing that we've went through this last week. Really can't screw up a pancake that bad.
No, you're right. They're always just perfectly okay. That's what.
But waffles usually not okay. Too crispy, too hard. It just can't,
No. You
it's
just
not
had a bad waffle.
No, I sent you a list. Lou Williams was fully on my side.
Okay, because
The
Lou
exact
Williams
right
is
You just
the
want
guy.
to talk more about Magic City, don't you?
Lemon pepper wings are delicious.
See, he can talk about wings and lemon pepper wings, not pancakes.
Wings are pretty good. Better than they needed to be, DeMarco?
Better than they have to be. Much better than they have to be.
Oh, you've been to Magic City.
They could serve you garbage and you'd be happy. Trust me. Yeah. Very, very happy.
So when are we going to Atlanta?
Let's go. There were two places that usually when you hit Atlanta, two places you went. Not Magic City and Friedman's.
Is
Have
that
you
the
heard of
shoe store?
The shoe store.
Yeah.
The shoe store?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, whatever kind of shoe you want, it's in there.
In particular for NBA players because they have enormous sizes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Like
So
custom shoes.
Yeah.
And yeah, they got them from everywhere. That's
Yeah.
where you went. You went to Friedman's, Magic City.
So did the ladies at Magic City like the shoes? They were looking for people
they're a
with
big
nice
fan
shoes?
of alligator with buckles.
Right.
Yes.
They're very specific. If you bring an alligator with buckles, you get 20% off the wings.
Now they can get over it.
I'd be
but yeah.
always in alligators with buckles.
That is so wild. They're actually going to do that in Atlanta? That's crazy.
We'll see. I know it's on the books. It's coming up pretty soon. I don't. Now that it's getting a little pushback, we'll see. But
Yeah, Luke Cornett is not a happy man.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know if he's a big enough name to swing it the
No,
other way.
no, I don't think
but,
he's the name that's going to do anything
If
for it.
somebody else stepped in there and did it. DeMarco asked me a second ago what I made of Roki having a bad day today in spring training. What about you? Is it mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't mean anything to me, but it is kind of like, okay, the thought was you're basically set in this position. You're going to be one of the 6 starters.
Especially with Snell and Stone.
Snell, Stone now, that one that really hurts it. Otani's probably not going to be ready for the beginning of the season, you would assume.
At least not stretched out.
Not stretched out just yet. He'll come in at some point. But he was slotted in. The only way he would not be slotted in is if he has a horrific spring. That's not the best outing you want to have to make that better, but I really do not think anything other than still just trying stuff.
How horrific would he have to be for them not to use him? I mean, it would almost have to be catastrophically bad. And as bad as today was, it wasn't catastrophic. It was just normal bad.
Yeah, so I think it would have to be this every time.
Yeah.
You have to continually have where you're walking 3 guys. You and I have talked about walks so many times in baseball. You can't walk guys. So if he's walking guys, he's giving up runs, he's not getting outs. that would be the way to be like, okay, you might have to start the season in AAA, and it goes to Wrobleski, and maybe Landon Knack gets a spot.
He looked like hot garbage the other day, too.
He did, too, yeah. So you're going from 10 guys down to 7 guys real fast, down to 6 guys real fast.
They got plenty, and they'll figure it out. I think what's interesting, and we were talking about DeMarco, too, what last year I don't want to say they had to, but it was exceptionally likely that they were going to start Roki because of where they were starting in the season. That because they were starting in Japan, Sasaki was A, going to make the team, and B, going to pitch one of those games. Right. And once you do that, you got to at least give him a little bit of runway to pitch. Didn't work out, right? That's when he had the dugout situation.
Did you really have to do that?
You didn't have to, but it was one of those things that
I would say that might have been a mistake. Not a huge mistake.
Maybe a small
one.
That
might have been a mistake.
But here, let me throw this in there. It could also have been one of the sweeteners to the Dodgers actually landing him.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
If it's good. If it's a trade-off, then so be it.
Yeah, this is one of those sign with us so we can, and we'll make sure that you get to pitch in one of those games.
We were talking like if you didn't have to start in Japan, there's a good chance he starts in the minors and we never see him. You know what I mean? We never see him struggle.
There's
never
a
see all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I see what you're saying there.
And then he winds up crying in the dugout. I mean, it might have been a small mistake
But
there.
look, I look at that crying in the dugout and what he did, and then coming back and being the guy that he was towards the end of the season as the closer and into the postseason as a guy that has resilience, that a guy that wants to get better and finds way to get better. He didn't just crumble into nothing. I thought that was incredibly kind of amazing for him to be able to do that in his first year at 23 years old. I thought that was fantastic for him.
But you didn't know he was going to do that.
But
we were all scared.
I don't think he did.
Right.
But the fact is he did it. So that gives me hope that this year he can, even if he's struggling right now, it's something that would be like, okay, this happened last year. Let me just go back to the drawing board, talk to my coaches. We'll figure it out, and I'll be fine.
I'm giving him credit for overcoming what could have been a mistake. Because we didn't know how he was going to pitch in the postseason. And then we're like, wow, that was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But we weren't sure.
No, I don't think you can be sure. But the fact that I see, I don't really, it doesn't matter one way or the other, whether he pitched in Japan or not. I think I lean more towards you there, a sweetener or just kind of like it's Shohei and it's
Shohei, Yamamoto, and Sasaki. Yeah, we're gonna roll out our Japanese players in Japan, and we're gonna put the hometown guys out on display. He's 24 years old. Okay, so he's 24 years old and he's relatively inexperienced as a professional. So I think that there's nothing but time to figure out how it is you're going to use him and what it is that he's particularly good at. Let me throw a scenario at you guys and tell me what you think about this. Let's presume that he starts the season in the rotation, and he's okay. And maybe just a little bit less than okay. Not like a catastrophically bad, but he's not
4 runs
thriving.
A game. He strikes out 4 or 5.
He's just not what you're hoping it would be. Knowing what we know from last season in the postseason, do you move him to the bullpen? Do you think about giving him a role out there?
That's where we left it at the end of the year. Like, is he going to be a starter, or I kind of like this bullpen thing?
Yeah. Well, they went and they got Diaz to pitch the 9th inning. I'm still optimistic that Tanner Scott will bounce back and have a better season this year. Whether or not he's a lights-out lockdown guy, time will tell. But they've got bullpen options. You got Vezia. Phillips is going to come back. Like, you got some guys down there.
Blake Treinen's still there.
Treinen's still there.
You look at his numbers, he goes up and down, up and down. But last year was his down year, so this year would probably be his up year.
Let's say you give him 10 starts, and they're just
meh.
Do you think about having, or is this, look, we're going to figure this out. If he has 10 mediocre starts, send him back to the minor leagues, let him work on it, whether it's mechanics, whether it's mental, whether it's, whatever the things may be, go work on it as a starting pitcher down there. Or, hey, look, we know you can pitch in relief. We've seen the success as a relief guy. Let's go down there and make our team better with having an electric arm in the bullpen.
I think he is going to be a starter most likely for the rest of his career, for a long time in his career. So I would lean more towards go down to the minors and figure it out. It really depends on what your health looks like too. So if Snell is back and Ohtani's all stretched out, and Gavin Stone is figured out his arm and he's back, and Wrobleski's pitching well, and Sheehan's pitching well, and you still have Yamamoto and you still have if you have all those guys, you can afford to be like, all right, Roki, it's been rough right now. Go on down to the minors just like you did last year. Figure it out, and we'll bring you right back up. And eventually, if it still turns to be bad and something happens in the bullpen where Edwin Diaz is not the guy that we think he's going to be, or Tanner Scott turns out to be Tanner Scott from last year, Trinan turns out to be that guy, all those guys all kind of screw up, then I would kind of start thinking about that. But that takes months before you even – I think you give him at least half the year as a starter.
I think they probably put him – they sold him in the idea of coming in here and being the next big starting pitcher here, right? That you're going to join Yamamoto, you're going to join Ohtani and Glasnow and Snell, and you're going to be one of those guys. Not, with all due respect, you're not going to be Evan Phillips and Blake Trinan.
Right.
You're going to be one of those guys. You're going to be one of these guys that gets to pitch big moments, big games. The flip side is the Dodgers don't win the World Series without him in the bullpen.
Absolutely not.
Like they don't come. They might not have beaten Philadelphia if he isn't as good as he is. We could be talking about a totally different situation that you think about. Those Philadelphia, remember was it 3 innings in Game 4 that he basically won them that game single-handedly.
Yeah, who else were you going to bring into that game?
Right.
Will Klein was going to not. We weren't ready for Will Klein.
No, we didn't know what we had in Will Klein at that point.
Do you remember how you felt at that moment?
I was terrified.
But he was so good.
Why were you terrified?
Because there's no proof of concept.
Right.
Yeah. Like he had some. Keep in mind the reason they put him in the bullpen in the first place was simply because it was literally. We have nothing else to lose.
You have nothing else, right?
Yeah, let's just try it and see what happens. I think it was in
Arizona.
Arizona.
You trying to avoid Blake Trinan?
You were trying to avoid everybody.
All of them. The piggyback plan happened because that entire bullpen completely fell apart.
Yeah, you were trying to avoid all of them, and it was like, let's see what it is. And then he pitched that game in Arizona. You're like, hey, that wasn't bad. Let's see what happens if there's guys on base. He did it. That wasn't bad either. All right, let's have him pitch the 9th inning of playoff games. And he did pretty well.
And the whole conversation was around, is he the next Frankie
Rodriguez?
Frankie Rodriguez is going to come in. And he kind of was that guy. He went through the entire – he wasn't as big as Frankie was at the time, but he got massive outs and helped save games.
You know who we don't give nearly enough credit to? And you'd have to go back and kind of go literally inning by inning, if not pitch by pitch. The Dodgers, and specifically Dave Roberts, did an amazing job of getting him out at exactly the right time, multiple times. Like the second you're like, oh no, this is going to be bad. Nope, they went and they got him. And the next guy was able to wiggle off the hook because had they left him in there for one more batter against Toronto, one more batter against Philadelphia, who knows what it is? Who knows what it does to his confidence? They managed him and his psyche and his outings flawlessly.
I would say that Dave Roberts, over the last 2 postseasons, managed a almost perfect 2 postseasons. There might have been like 1 or 2 moves over that time. Like, that was a bad move. But for the most part, every move that Dave made over the last 2 years were perfect.
And they were just wild hairs. Like the idea of, okay, let's use Walker Buehler out of the bullpen. Let's use every starting pitcher out of the bullpen. It was the opposite.
Yamamoto.
Yeah. It was the opposite of what they'd done for 6 months, where it's this guy pitches this inning, this guy sits out this thing. Just this incredible commitment to the process, which over 6 months is always going to bear out in the best way. But over 6 hours, maybe not.
So anybody that ever talks badly, including myself, anybody ever there's
you give
nothing.
Props there.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
When you have nothing left, then that's an easy choice. But knowing when to pull a guy, that's a different deal.
It's really hard, and especially knowing that what might come in next.
Knowing your player.
Remember when we went to Trinan in Milwaukee after Sasaki? You're like, oh boy.
I was screaming at it at the TV. I might have been at Cosm at the time, screaming at the Cosm screen.
And Trinan got out of it.
And he got out.
They really did something else. Now, there's something happening, and it's not just my opinion, Greg opinions, DeMarcus' opinion. It's everybody in this Dodger article's opinion that Shohei Ohtani is ready to do something we've never seen before. That's coming up next. Greg's here. It's DeMarco and Travis, ESPN LA.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen.
And ESPN LA is the new home of the Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
Let's go to Jimmy in San Antonio, one of our favorites. What's up, Jimmy?
¿Qué pasó, hermano?
What's up? Hey.
Man, Rich, people confuse you for Ryan Gosling, but not Josh Lucas. That's horrible.
The home of the Lakers. Now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, 710 ESPN. And always on the new ESPN LA app.
Hey, it's John Ireland. Watching a Laker game is so much more than just a game. It's the moments before tip-off, the people you're with, and the food you're sharing. That's why I love BBGO. BBGO is perfect for at-home watch parties or a night of hoops. Their food is bold and packed with flavor, bowls for a quick meal, dumplings and fried rice for everyone at the table. Vibe on a wave of Korean food and culture with BBGO. Look for BBGO at your local grocery store in the Asian and freezer aisles. BB go for it and bring something different to the table.
Hey guys, it's Sedano. March is about making bold moves. So why are you still sitting on those old floors? Upgrade your home with the #1 seed in flooring, Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. Millions of in-stock options in hardwood, laminate, waterproof vinyl, carpet, and turf. With true wholesale pricing year-round. First responders, military veterans get extra savings, and if you find a lower price anywhere, they'll match it. Visit the showroom next to Commerce Casino off the 5 freeway or visit HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. No games, no gimmicks, because no sale beats wholesale.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Hey, good morning. You're heading to the airport, right?
Yep, thanks for checking. I like the car. How long have you been a rideshare driver?
About 3 years now. I really enjoy it.
Isn't it hard to make money these days with the price of gas being so high?
Not for me. I use Upside, the free app that gives you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get real money back when you get gas with the Upside app?
Yep, I get real cash back every time I get gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
I'll make around $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code VAN for an extra 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code VAN for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code VAN.
This is the afternoon show with DeMarco and Travis.
They told me you used to be hip, Trav.
Used to be?
Yeah,
what do you mean?
They said, like sweet tea. Used to be hip. Like you can get down.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis rolls on.
I'm pretty comfortable wherever I need to be comfortable.
You should take him to the club.
Back to the guys.
We have a Michael Jackson anniversary or anything, or just because?
Good song.
Number 4 or the number 4 single from this album or something like that.
The fourth
I have it in
number
there.
one.
Oh, fourth
single?
number one.
Fourth
single?
number one.
It's in there somewhere.
Right.
I'm trying to find the doc here.
It was not the number 4 song. This was the number 1 song.
No,
for
single.
Thriller,
like 10
Beat
years.
It,
It'd be a number.
Billie Jean, and there was one more. Heal the World?
Was
hit number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number 4 in the U.S.
Was PYT on Thriller?
No, that was on Off the Wall.
Yeah, yeah.
I was so mad when we had that last album and one album on a desert island, and you went first and took this album.
Thriller?
Oh, my God,
There's like
yes.
10 songs you know off the one album.
Right, but this one would sustain you forever.
Off the Wall would sustain you forever.
Okay, one album. You're stuck on you're stranded on a desert island. You got one album.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Do you know how many singles that album had? How many?
It probably had somewhere around like 10?
7.
7,
yeah.
So it produced 7 singles, and this is the last single from that album. And today it hit number 4.
So it never went higher than number.
Of course it did. Today it was
it hit
number 4.
Oh, okay, that's a weird number to hit for a
It's
day.
the 7th single, so I don't think anybody
No.
expected to get higher.
And the video
He was in a world of his own.
outstanding.
It's like a movie.
The video was crazy.
It was a movie. John Landis directed it.
Yes. What's that guy's name that did the rap again? Vincent Price.
Oh,
you made
yeah.
Vincent Price a rapper. Come on. That's awesome.
Vincent
so
Price
good.
is the creepiest guy
Yes.
ever.
But he's
great.
Oh no, that was his whole role.
Yeah.
Like he was a creepy character.
That's
I don't
what he
know if
was.
he's a creep in real life.
No,
I'm
I have no
assuming
idea.
he was
His
not.
voice was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, can I read you guys a couple of quotes here?
Yes, this is all just insanity.
Okay. I'm going to start with Dodgers president of baseball operations, Andrew Friedman. All of these are regarding Shohei Ohtani.
All right, so he's the president of baseball. He's going to hype up his team. Get that.
He seems like he's on a mission pitching-wise. Whenever we see him on a mission, good things happen. Here's Will Smith. There's no ceiling with him. He can go out there and win a Cy Young this year. I have no doubt about it. Here's Dalton Rushing. He wants a Cy Young. He wants a Cy Young, and you can tell with the way he's carrying himself here recently. Here's Teoscar Hernandez. I think this year we're going to expect a different Shohei on the mound. These are not like, hey, listen, anything is possible. Sure, could he, but He's got a workload as a designated hitter. He's got all of these. These are guys that see him every day that have been teammates of his for, a varying degrees of length. And they're all like, I'd never seen this before. He is on a mission. And when I asked Oral this question, a couple of Saturdays ago when I was out at Legends Attic, he kind of said, listen, it's going to be incredibly difficult. But he also was like, look, with this guy, nothing is off the table. And everybody is saying, yeah, he probably can go out there and do this. And if he puts his mind to it, I genuinely believe he can do the impossible.
If there's any player in all of baseball and all of sports, really, like if there's somebody that would say, I'm going to go do this, and you're like, okay, yep, he's just going to go do it, it's him. He's one of the only ones that you say that for. And we talked about it a couple of weeks in here. We said, what's his third act? What's he going to do? What does he have to do to get that third act? That's the next big thing that he does. And we all agreed it was a Cy Young. We didn't think it was going to happen, but it was a Cy Young. And now the fact that he's saying, I want this, and players on his team are saying, oh, he wants it. Dalton Rushing saying he wants the Cy Young, repeating it twice, it means that this dude is fully going for something that, and honestly, I think he's going to do it. And is it weird that I think he's actually going to do it?
No, and here's why.
It's impossible.
Okay, don't do the impossible thing.
It's impossible.
Come on. Why?
For him to be like Ohtani,
why?
And be a Cy Young pitcher?
Didn't we say he had to be a pitcher of record and hit per cycle, and he got close?
Are you being hyperbolic?
I got out of that one. Come on, I got out of that one.
Do you want out of this one,
Do you really think it's impossible?
Yeah, because the other 2 or 3 pitchers don't have to hit.
No, you're right.
They don't have half the pressure he's got.
It's harder for him.
Yeah, they're going once every 5 days. He's up every day. That's
right
physically impossible to be that good.
Is it physically impossible for normal people, or is it physically impossible for Shohei Ohtani?
It's physically impossible for some normal people. So it should be physically impossible for him. I mean, I hope he gets it. It would be fun to talk about.
Sure.
I don't care if he does, as long as the team's win it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're going to win no matter what.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, that if he – let me back up a little bit. I want to agree with you that it's impossible just because of the workload. But he's shown that he can handle the workload. And let's go back. When he came over from Japan to the United States and he wanted to be a two-way player, everybody's like, dude, you can't do that. Like, nobody can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And the Angels, I don't say this very often, but I'm going to give the Angels a ton of credit for saying, let's give it a shot.
Right.
Let's see what happens. He could do it. And he could thrive at both.
Okay, so the only reason I say what I say is, and I'll bring this to Greg, because I said like NBA MVP or NFL MVP. Sometimes we fudge the numbers if the guy has the story of the year.
Yep.
So the stats, maybe he's a little bit below. Like the best player doesn't always win MVP in the NBA, right? You can't do that with the Cy Young. The numbers are the numbers. You're going to have to outpitch.
But he can do the numbers. That's the thing.
Who's he going to have to outpitch?
Paul Skeens,
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
A guy on his team.
He's going to have to.
Scuba's on the other side.
Yeah, that's AL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And hit.
No, I'm not saying it's easy, but it's not impossible to say, is Shohei Ohtani have the stuff, have the durability, have the want, have the athleticism to be the best pitcher in baseball? The answer is yes.
Of course.
And it's really not far-fetched. Now, where it becomes more far-fetched is putting the offense in there. And maybe the offense backs up a little bit to what? He only hits 40 home runs and leads the team and maybe the league?
Would you be okay with that if you lost a little bit of him at the plate?
Yes, because you have other guys that can always pick him up. But if you said that you're saying that's impossible, would you think that pitching in an NLCS game and going 6+ innings, striking out 10, and giving up no runs, and also hitting 3 home runs,
including one out of the stadium,
would you think that's impossible?
Yes,
for an entire season?
But it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Just even one game, it feels impossible.
Not for him, but for an entire season.
So, but he doesn't have to do that every single game. He just has to do it.
And just for frame of reference, the Travis Hunter thing.
Yeah.
There's no way you can do that at this level.
Yeah.
So the two-way player, it was no.
Ohtani's better at what he does than what Travis Hunter is at what he does.
But I'm just, that's the physical part. Is what I mean.
I hear you.
It's impossible.
I hear
There's no way you can do that.
Every time we've said that's not going to happen, he does it. Can he win the MVP? Yep. Can he win it back-to-back? Yep.
My
Can
thought
he win
is,
4
and
and
you've
5
answered
years?
it,
Yep.
for him to do it, and I believe you, he's got the stuff to do it.
Yeah.
But if he's going after the Cy Young, you're going to lose something at the plate.
Maybe.
And you'll be fine with that.
Well, as long as the team is still the team, and as long as he's still a very good offensive player, and this is the thing with him, like, let's say it does bleed off 10 or 12% of his offense, he's still the best offensive player on the team.
Yeah.
So,
like,
sorry, I didn't mean to
no, it's no problem. Instead of hitting a team record 54, which he did in the first year, and then resetting the team record at 55, which he did last year, and I think we're thinking, well, maybe he can hit 56, 7, or 8. Maybe in a perfect scenario, he hits 60. Maybe he only hits 40.
Right.
And
Right.
so maybe he only scores 100 runs instead of 130. He's still the best offensive player on your team. Does it come back a little bit? Yes.
Well,
if he hits 35 or 40 home runs, if he scores 100 runs, if he's doing normal, air quote, all-star level stuff, and he can devote more time to pitching?
From the leadoff spot. Just from the leadoff spot, and he drops back slightly. That's not gonna,
what is that numbers that you're talking about, though? Is it to what he's saying, where he's only hitting 40 home runs and only getting 100 RBIs and only scoring 100 runs and only stealing 10 bases, and he has a 310
that guy probably, that number, that player, if you just, that's the MVP of the league.
That's MVP, easy, like no matter what. So if his on base percentage is still high.
Hold on, that's crazy.
He still has like a 950 OPS, and which is down from the 1080 that it was last year. You know what? I don't know if that's the exact number, but still
close enough.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still doing all that, but then he also goes 19-1 with a 1.9 ERA and a 1.0 WHIP and wins the Cy Young. You're like, okay,
I'm with you.
I'm fine with those slight drop-offs in number, even if it's a big drop-off.
Everybody's human, though. And I did hear about like how hard it was for him physically.
Yeah.
And what he goes through. And you're going to put more on that?
I
just saying.
It is more.
Why are we doing it? Because it's vanity.
It 100% is.
Yeah.
I totally agree with you.
Right.
But it's also really effing cool. You know what I mean? And it's some
just
point.
It's just the one argument. This was way back, the radio argument of the decade, when Peyton Manning and the Colts had a chance to go undefeated.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? Rest your guys going to the playoffs healthy. Well, you need to do it because I've never seen it before. That's the dumbest reason ever.
Okay. I
don't
need
need
to
a
see cool
Shohei to
stuff.
get the side. I would love to see it, but I don't need him to get it, and neither do you guys.
Does this help at all?
No, I want to see it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not being funny. I want to see it.
You want to see it?
Yeah,
right.
because I don't think him trying to do that would sabotage their chances of winning a World Series.
I agree.
I just don't. Even if he comes back a little bit, if he were the only good player on their team, if he were the or the absolute, we got to have him. If he were the Mike Trout of the Angels, right? If he doesn't have a good year, we're absolutely cooked. They're cooked no matter what. But to use this as an example, then yeah, you got to be a little more judicious about how you're handling it. But they have so many good offensive players. The pitching rotation is so flush that you can try some stuff just because, look, I think part of the reason he's here is the Dodgers basically said, you want to try some stuff? Let's try some stuff. Let's see what you can do. Let's see how far we can push this. I don't think they're going to put him at risk.
No.
But I do think they might say, yeah, let's go for it and see what happens next. If he wants to do it, he's going to try to go do it.
So does it change your mind, DeMarco, at all? Because he said he's always thought of himself, we've talked about it before, he thinks of himself as a pitcher that is a really, really good hitter. He doesn't think of himself as a hitter. He was a pitcher starting off, and somebody finally told him, hey, you should probably hit too. You're really good at it. And then he became one of the best hitters in the history of baseball.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks of himself as a pitcher. So getting that Cy Young, it feels like to me that he is trying, that's what he's always strived for. It wasn't the MVP, it was the World Series, but the pitching side of it, the Cy Young, that means a lot to him. That's something like, I'm showing you that I am a pitcher. I'm the great pitcher in the major leagues.
Knew that. I mean,
but we didn't because he's never done it before.
It's not like they're not going to let him in the Hall of Fame because he doesn't have a Cy Young.
It is totally
you know what I mean?
him driven.
It's him. He's chasing.
Yeah, I get it.
Whatever it is he's chasing,
and he's earned the right to do so.
Yeah. And look, what's today? Today's March 3rd. If you said to me, do I think he's going to win the Cy Young on March 3rd? No, I don't.
Nope.
But if you said to me a week ago, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, I would have given him a 1 in 30 or 40 chance of winning the Cy Young.
Okay.
Today, 1 in 12.
Oh,
right.
Like we're getting. I still don't think he will, but it's the fact. Like listening to these guys, that Andrew Friedman answer wasn't. Listen, is he does he have the stuff to win a Cy Young? Yes, but the opportunity's not going to be there. The innings might not be there. The starts might not be there. The offense is going to wear him down. We're going to need to make sure that we protect him offensively. Then you'd be like, look, they're just placating him to have the conference. But then everybody's like, yeah, dude, I don't know.
This guy's going out and doing it.
It's like, it feels like they're on board with him giving it a shot. I can't wait.
And remember what Andrew Friedman said on the Dan Le Batard show? After each win, World Series win, he was like, that's one. Now that's only 9 more. That's 2, only 8 more. When he strives for certain things and he goes out and gets it. Remember when he was in Japan as a kid, he had a box, and when he had all each box led to a different box, and it said exactly what he was going to do, and he planned that all out. This is part of who he is and how he goes about things. He is very, very into where he's going to go. I hear something.
Yeah, you hear that?
I think it's one of the cameras.
It's a whale.
Someone's calling Carlo and
one ping only.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That was it. What is going on
I heard that too. I'm like, am I having a stroke?
Right.
I was like looking at my phone and it said buzzing. Yeah. But this is how he works. He is very regimented in what he goes at. When he wants something, he goes after it, and he typically gets it.
He's listening on the app. You know this, right? So if you're listening, this is me saying this. Shohei, there's no way in the world you can do this.
Oh, that's so dumb to do.
I hope you use this as motivation. I think you're out of your
I think that's one of the things that's so interesting about him is I don't think the motivation comes from anywhere but between his own ears.
This is true.
Yeah, no,
I
think he's entirely
He's earned it. Do what you want to do, but he doesn't need it. You know what I mean?
We can talk about this tomorrow or some other day because we touched on it a little bit earlier, but I'm starting to change my mind a little bit about what you asked a day or two ago. Or
what did I ask?
About what you mentioned a second ago, can the narrative push him over the top?
Oh, fudge the numbers a little bit. Okay.
Maybe more than I would have given thought to it. Like it felt like if Skeens is way ahead, no. If Yamamoto's if it's close though, the idea of, hey man, let's make sure that we check that box too.
Right.
Maybe. It still feels like it's a numbers-driven award.
If that's in play, I'm with you.
He has to be close, though.
Right.
It can't be like, look, he's number 4. It has to be he's 1A.
Right. Or he had the lead and lost it at the end. Something like that.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I was fine with if he's just slightly behind, they'll push him over just because of this. I do think so.
Okay, see, he thinks they'll fudge.
But
okay,
slightly is slightly.
Yeah, it has to be slightly, and it has to be like some numbers are higher than. You have to have a couple like his whip is lower.
Has that ever happened before with the Cy Young?
I'd have to think about it.
The B pitcher actually won it because
I'd have
the
to
story
think about
was better?
it off the top of my head. And it's changing now too. Like it depends. For a long time, it was who has the most wins and a low ERA on a good team. Right,
that's not
how it goes anymore. Like Skeens is on the worst team in the league, other than the Rockies, and he was a no-brainer pick. I think he had 8 or 9 wins, something like that.
Yeah, it's more about ERA, WHIP, like some of those numbers, like some of the advanced metrics a little bit. Even though ERA is not advanced.
I don't remember too much outrage about a Cy Young. Like
no,
guys
not very often.
Getting it, or
not
guys
very
that
often.
got it. Yeah,
and a lot of it's eye test.
Right,
like you watch, you like Skeens. It's like, dude, what the hell is that?
That's good.
Yeah, that's the best guy in the league. And Ohtani passes the eye test.
Okay, fair enough.
So if I asked you,
that's in play, I'm with you. Okay.
If I asked you today, and then we can end on this, but if I asked you today, who's more likely to win the Cy Young on the Dodgers, Yamamoto or Shohei?
Yamamoto.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So he has to go through Skeens. He has to go through Yamamoto. I'm sure there's a whole bunch of other guys that I'm just not thinking of right now.
Logan Webb is in there.
Yeah, Logan Webb is a great pitcher.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good guys, but he's on the list. It's not like he'd have to have the year of his life. He just needs to stay healthy.
Right.
That's the part that's so crazy, and we'll see. We'll see.
We'll see. Be fun.
Knock on wood. It'll be fun. Little Far Side is coming up next. Thank you, Greg. I'm glad you're here today.
I was happy to be here today.
I didn't even ask you what you were doing here.
No, I know, because you asked me.
The Far Side. You're happy because there's no lit today. That's why you're happy.
What are you talking about?
He loves lit. It's his favorite day of the week. He just told me earlier that's my favorite.
I know
day.
you're a poker face.
Usually I'm skipping into the office on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yes,
today
sir.
I'm down in the dumps. It's DeMarco Travis, ESPN LA.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
15 years that you've trusted me to represent you when you're hurt and down. I'm honored to fight for you in personal injury cases when it matters most. Numbers don't lie. I'm the real deal. The voice you hear is the voice you get. If you've been injured in an accident, call 213-747-1234, 213-747-1234, or visit NormonLegal.com. Normon Legal, built on trust, proven by results.
Hey, it's May. Shoot your shot on Prize Picks and get $50 instantly in lineups when you play just $5. That's right. Prize Picks now giving you $50 in lineups when you sign up and play your first $5. Prize Picks makes every dunk, every dime, and every board that much more exciting. So don't miss this chance to get started on America's #1 app for sports picks. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you can cash in. Pick from all your favorite sports, anything from basketball, baseball, hockey, soccer, college basketball, tennis, golf, esports, and more. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast and secure. Prize Picks accepts most major payment methods, making deposits into your account quick and easy this sports season. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code MACE, M-A-S-E, $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
And it is the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show right here on ESPN LA.
The Far Side.
And it's time for The Far Side, presented by our friends at Highlands.
The Far Side.
Weekday afternoons at 4 p.m.
Time for The Far Side with DeMarco Far, right now on the Travis and DeMarco Afternoon Show on ESPN LA.
You were putting me in a pickle, man, with this Ohtani thing. It's
crazy, isn't it?
It is. It's crazy. But it's not out of the realm of possibility.
No.
He is that good. He is. Athletes are evolving. But I don't remember a guy, and maybe in the NBA, you can be all NBA and win Defensive Player of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's been a guy that had won both awards before.
Like Defensive Player of the Year and MVP?
Yeah,
I'd have to look. I bet there probably has, but I can't think of it off the top. I just don't know the NBA like that.
Me either. It's messing my brain up. Like you said, there should be no way that you could be the most elite pitcher in the game and still be that effective. That Shohei at the plate.
Doesn't make any sense.
Like on the way out, Greg said, what if he set his sights on 70 home runs plus the Cy Young? He's got the goods to do it, but come on, really?
There's nothing on a baseball field that if he said, I would like to do this, that I would say, no way. Like, if he came back next year and said, you know what I want to do? I want to catch. I'd be like, all right, I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to work, but I'm at least going to look.
Wow.
You know,
Move over Jim Thorpe, move over Jim Brown.
He was put on this
greatest
planet
athlete
to play baseball.
Yes.
And all of it, not just one part of it, all of it. He's extraordinary.
If you pulled his skin back and saw metal, I wouldn't be surprised.
Japanese Superman.
Yes. You wanted to know if players in NBA won MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season, right?
Yes.
Michael Jordan has done it. Hakeem Olajuwon.
You see where I'm going
Giannis
with this?
Antetokounmpo.
You see where I'm going with this? You got to put him in that group, and for some reason, it just never clicked until you said that.
No, he's in that group.
Maybe that's why he's going after the Cy Young. It's not just the best baseball player in the world. He might be the best athlete in the world.
He's on the list.
That's what I mean.
He's on the list.
You're breaking my brain with this. And that's another thing, like the vanity part of this, going after that award. That's just me thinking you don't need it. You're going into the Hall of Fame. It should be about a three-peat, but don't get me wrong. Go for the thing. Same thing I feel about Giannis playing for Milwaukee right now. Why the hell are you out there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, is it just we're paying you $60 million a year? You should probably play.
I know, but he wants to leave, and they're not going anywhere.
No.
So why are you doing this? Are you trying to be Captain America? You know,
it's just I'm trying to earn my money.
I got
mean,
you.
is that too simple?
No, it's basketball. You don't have to earn your money.
Well,
Look at DeAndre.
I guess you're right about
DeAndre
that.
Ayton. There you go.
Yeah.
You don't have to earn that. Okay, but the far side. And I was thinking about this during the walk. Did you see me walking today with the 2 kettlebells?
I
Did you
did
guys see the IG?
I did.
Yes. So he got out of the car with 2 kettlebells. Bro, I was so mad at him.
35s?
40s. 40s. You can adjust the weight in those things.
Okay.
So we did laps and all this stuff, and I was clearly not happy with him. So he was trying to take my mind off it. It had me thinking about actors. He's an actor. Is there an actor that you can only see one way? Because he was trying to steer me towards a movie that had Daniel Radcliffe in it.
Is that
Harry Potter.
Yeah. Well, Harry Potter, that he's in the new Tracy Morgan one,
Yes.
right?
The Reggie Dinkins.
The Reggie Dinkins.
That's what
the
he was
rise
talking
and fall
up.
of Reggie Dinkins.
Yeah.
Yes, he was talking it up like it was great, and he's
It's supposed
great
to be
in
really
it.
funny.
But I can only see him as this.
That's a really good one. I've never seen the Harry Potter movies, so it doesn't matter to me.
Yes.
But I get what you're saying. I'm trying to think. You know what? It's one, and it took a while.
Yeah.
Ted Danson is Sam Malone to me
That's
from
it.
Cheers.
Okay.
But he's been in so many things that it's kind of like, okay, he was Sam Malone, but now he's all these other
Give me
things.
some of the characters from The Office real quick. I think
Michael Scott was Steve Carell.
The guy with the glasses.
Dwight.
Yeah. He met Dwight or had a conversation with Dwight and
Rainn Wilson is his name.
That's his name. He said, they only see me as Dwight.
Yeah.
And like, how do I get out of that mode? I told him to tell him, you may have to like kill somebody on screen.
Yeah, maybe.
You know what I mean? You may have to like just go completely the other way.
Yeah.
If not, I'm only going to see you as Dwight.
Really hard.
I'm only going to see Mr. Bean as Mr. Bean.
Perfect.
Ross from Friends. A lot of the
Ross
Friends
from
cast.
Friends.
Yeah.
Yes. I could never take him seriously.
That's the Mr. Bean is perfect. Like, but I guess if you're playing like a character that's particularly goofy, like Dwight or Mr. Bean, it's hard to break out.
That's
like
all you
Steve
can
Carell was Michael Scott, but he's been in so many movies and so many TV shows since then. It's like, oh, he's just a really good actor that played Michael Scott.
So I went down the rabbit hole. Bernie Mac did a movie called Above the Rim. Have you seen that one?
I don't think so.
I have, yes.
And he wasn't being funny. He like disappeared into the role of playing a crackhead.
Oh,
like
that's
he can
weird.
really act.
Yeah.
So guys that do that can like disappear into a role, they're good actors. But if you just if you say Hugh Jackman, what do you think of?
Wolverine.
That's all I think
Yeah.
of. Wolverine is singing. Wolverine
Yeah.
is dancing. Wolverine is.
He's a song and dance man.
That's all he is. But Wolverine is a song and dance man. Yes, that's what got me. And the other one, the biggest one that you can only see as this character, really, of our lifetime, Mark Hamill.
Oh, yeah.
He's Luke Skywalker, and that's
okay,
it.
so he's a really good one. You know why? You know what Mark Hamill has made an entire second act in his life?
Yes.
He's a voice actor.
Yes.
So, like,
I think Reese just said it.
Yeah, you don't see his face, but he is an incredibly accomplished voice actor. He does a whole bunch of different things because you don't get to see him. So he can play all these different characters vocally, but when you see Luke Skywalker, you're like, that's Luke Skywalker.
Every time I think Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
So this is what I told Max. And you watch Sanford and Son.
Not in a long, but yes.
Long time.
Yeah.
So you know Fred's son is Lamont.
Yes.
Do you know his real name?
No.
Me neither at the time.
All I know is Red Fox.
I think it's Damon Williams.
Okay.
Something like that. I saw him at the airport.
Okay.
And I said, hey, Lamont. And
Did he turn?
He stopped me, and we had a long conversation. Do not call me that. I'm not him. I'm not that guy.
That's tough.
I appreciate the love, but I'm like, that's all I don't know you as anything else.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
But here's the good news.
Yeah.
Here's the good news. Whether it's Lamont or Luke Skywalker or Dwight or any of these things, they're so iconic that at least you had that. Like, would you rather kind of float around and do bit part after bit part after bit part, and maybe it never really pops, or get typecast as one iconic character?
I'd rather be typecast.
I think so.
If that's those two choices, give me typecast.
Bob Denver.
Same. Right.
He's
Oh,
Gilligan.
God.
He was Gilligan.
Oh, Bob Denver. Who's
Bob
John
Denver
was the singer.
John Denver was the singer.
Bob
Denver
Denver is
was
Gilligan. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure he was in other things, but he's Gilligan.
Okay. So I have a list of actors that kind of made it out. Robert Pattinson is one.
The new Batman, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
he's the
should
new
have asked
Batman.
Emily. That's more of
I don't
her era.
He's the guy from Twilight.
Jim Carrey.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Jim Carrey's made it out?
Yeah, because Jim Carrey kind of goes back to what you were talking about before.
Yeah.
Like, Jim Carrey was just hilarious, but he was a goofball. Like, all of his characters were over the top.
Different
Ace
versions
Ventura,
of Ace Ventura.
talking
Yeah.
out of his butt.
Right.
Jim Carrey's a really good actor.
He's a really good actor.
He's
Okay.
a really, and a
Nice.
great dramatic actor.
Yes.
Yeah,
You see the number 23, the movie from
Yes.
him, the number 23.
Yeah.
That was crazy to see
Good
because
stuff.
he's so like funny, and I think of him as the Mask and Ace Ventura, and then
Yeah.
I see the number 23. I was like, oh, this is dark.
I think of the Truman Show.
Yeah, great,
Right?
great movie.
Great movie. And you talk about dark. My God, that
Yeah.
movie is
Eternal
weird.
Spotless,
Yeah,
Eternal
Sunshine of
Sunshine
the
of the
Eternal
Spotless Mind or something like that. Yes.
All those words.
He started off at SNL, didn't he?
No,
In Living Color.
In Living
Living
Color.
Color, okay.
Yeah, as Fireman Fred. Let me tell you something.
Dude, he had a Fire Marshal Bill.
Fire Marshal Bill, yes. Let me. Fireman Fred is the Jets fan.
Yes.
Or did they kick him out of the stadium? I think
Yeah.
they did kick
I think
Fireman
they
Fred out
like
of the
stripped
stadium.
him of
like that
his
too.
identity.
Yes,
Like you can't
they
be
kicked him
Fireman
out.
Fred
Oh my
anymore.
God, poor guy.
He
But
probably
yes,
asked for money.
I met Michael from Good Times at the airport. He
Okay.
couldn't have been nicer,
Yeah.
and I called him Michael, and we talked for a little bit. Yeah.
Do you go,
I've never
hey,
met Thelma.
Michael?
Yeah.
Or do you go, hey, are you the guy that played Michael?
I said, hey, Michael, because that's who you are to me. That was a great time in my life, and we talked about that. Great dude, yes.
Hey, are you the guy that plays Luka Doncic on the Lakers? We'll get into it next. It's DeMarco and Travis, ESPN LA.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Pitbull?
No.
I just heard Mr. Worldwide. Did not him?
He's in there. That's Neo, isn't it? Yeah. And that's Pitbull. Yeah.
I saw Pitbull in concert, sort of.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
You were
this
at a
is new.
Pitbull concert?
Ish.
How can you be ish at a Pitbull
He
concert?
performed like the pregame show or the halftime show. I forget at that NASCAR race at the Coliseum.
Oh, that's
Okay.
ish.
Yeah, yeah.
Now it makes sense. I was like, you went to a Pitbull
Yeah,
concert?
it was, and by the way, it's kind of fun.
What'd you think?
Oh, he's fun.
He does a great show.
Yeah.
He does.
He's really small, which kind of caught me by surprise.
Really?
He's on the shorter side, but
Yeah.
not like Short King.
Short King?
No, not
Oh,
Short
not
King.
Short King. Okay.
Not short. I don't think so.
It was 150 degrees, and he was in a leather jacket, and I'm like, okay.
Only Pitbull can pull that off.
But no, he did it. It was him.
Yeah.
I saw
he's
Cypress
kinda
Hill
Short King.
at the same event,
No
but
way.
the next year I saw
It was outdoor, right?
Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
great.
I was gonna say
you were there
Yeah,
when
me
Wiz
and
was
Jorge
there.
were doing social that day, and we literally were on stage with Wiz Khalifa.
This is outdoors, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
You know the peristyle end of the
Yeah,
Coliseum?
yeah.
So they have it set up right underneath there. and they do
Okay.
a little show.
But those artists, if it's indoors, you got to contact Guy.
You
Guaranteed.
We were outside, and you still had.
It was
to
there.
see. It was
Yeah.
fun.
It was there.
I don't think they do that race. That race was so bizarre.
Is that
and fun.
inside the Coliseum?
Yeah, they build the whole track right on top of the football field, and
it'd be short.
It's incredibly short.
A velodrome.
It's like
Wow.
they're bumping into each other the whole time. Like the speed is not what you would think. Like they're
Yeah.
not getting up to 200 miles an hour.
Can't.
But they get up to like 70 miles an hour in little bursts.
Yeah.
But it was bizarre and fun.
I was watching a race with my brother again. He was mad because
He's a NASCAR guy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like caught up in the Jordan thing. I didn't know Indy cars go faster than F1.
They do.
I had
by
no
a
idea.
Pretty decent amount.
I did not know that. Yeah, the Indy cars go 200 plus.
The F1 cars at their top end go a little more than 200.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like 203, and so those
Indy's car
they go like 230 miles an hour.
I did not know that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
No, that's insane.
But I watched the entire race from start to finish.
NASCAR?
No, the
Indies?
Wherever the Indy, I think they were in St. Petersburg.
Okay.
Yeah, entire race, start
And?
to finish. It's fun.
Yeah?
Yeah, Scotch.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
I was waiting for the hook. I'm like, like
great.
fun or tolerable, but now that you had
It's
the
great for Scotch and domino playing. I did not know that.
That sounds fun.
That was
Well,
fun.
is there anything that's bad with Scotch and dominoes?
Yes, kids ruining the game. Yeah. Go upstairs. Go play video games.
They'll do
Yeah.
that. They're pretty good at that. Yeah, you get some good days with them too, but every
Yeah.
once in a while you want your Scotch and your dominoes.
Yeah, and they bump the table and you got to, that stuff, Yeah.
Okay, this is going to be a weird question. Do you know how to play backgammon?
Yes.
Do you know, like, you could teach me how to do it?
I think so.
'Cause
Yeah.
I
I
used to
haven't
play-
played in years. My mom and my stepdad played it a lot. Yeah.
Susan and I both played a ton when we were kids, and we
Yeah.
were talking about the other day. We both neither one of us remembers how to play. It was dice
Pack,
and
pack,
little
pack. Yeah.
little like discs
Like
that you'd move around.
Yeah. I remember. Yeah.
I want to play, but I don't.
Backgammon? Where did backgammon come from?
We found a checker set, and we're like, oh, we should get a backgammon set. Like it
play.
Yeah, and
That's not a bad idea.
You know, so we have a portable checker set that we put in the e-bikes, and we took it down to our little picnic spot, and we're playing checkers, just staring at the ocean. We're like, we should get a backgammon set.
I have not heard that in a long time.
I haven't played in 40 years.
I don't think I've seen one in a long
Yeah,
time.
me neither.
I judge families by your games.
Okay.
Like, how is your game collection? Do you have
Pretty
Monopoly?
good. Yes.
Do you have like Jenga?
Yes.
Uno?
Yes.
Okay, so
Clue, Monopoly,
perfect. Mousetrap, Candyland,
not Mousetrap.
Yeah.
We've got a good Scrabble, all that. So we do
puzzles
okay.
and stuff like that.
Trivial Pursuit.
There you go.
Connect Four.
we're all right.
Connect Four.
I think we have that too. Yeah.
How's your game collection in your 20s? You
No,
collect
that's all the same things.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
Uno. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're big on dominoes in our house though. Like dominoes is like the main thing that we play.
Can you play domino?
Can, yes. double sixes. Yeah.
I need a reorientation. My dad taught me how to play when I was a kid. I can't remember how to
Add
play.
by fives. Yeah, you can play.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna play. We're gonna play in here.
Do you play for money?
We can, but I
Yeah.
don't want to. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I just
You
wanna- yeah.
Do you guys have other games like the What the Meme?
No, we got
like
the,
drink if this.
What's this
Headbands.
one?
Headbands.
Headbands and
Yeah.
Pictionary. That what?
Yeah, they're the one with the phone.
That one.
I don't know what it's. Heads up.
Heads up.
Heads up.
I love that.
That
game.
is fun.
That
Yes.
one's good. So you
Yeah.
guys don't have like the What the Meme, the werewolf one, like all
No.
those other ones?
No.
So I have all the ones you guys talked about. We have dominoes in the house too, playing cards. We have loteria too, which is like the Mexican bingo. And I got introduced to werewolf, which I love. You need about 6 to 7 players for it, but I love that. You have to smoke out who the werewolf is.
Oh, okay.
And somebody narrates, so that's pretty cool.
I thought she meant something else.
No.
Well, you can do both at the same
I
time.
thought she meant something else.
And
Okay.
What the Meme, I feel like that one's kind of universal. Like they give you the little picture and then you put your card, whatever it is, and whoever has the funniest one. Kind of like Pictionary.
I want to have a game night. I miss.
Oh, I love
I got a
game
great
night.
game
I miss
for you.
game night.
Did you guys play charades?
Oh my God, yeah.
I know what it is. I know how to play, but I don't know if I've ever actually played charades.
And then one more. So I looked it up because it was talking about games and stuff like that. One thing that popped up on Google was jacks. Did you guys play jacks?
You mean with the ball?
Ball, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good at jacks.
Really?
You never played? Well, you're too young.
I'm too young. I would see it. I'm like,
like marbles. We used to play with marbles when I was little. Like my brother and I used to play with marbles, and now I'm like, kids are like, marbles. What?
Why doesn't that surprise me at all?
Well, you just got to bounce and catch and snatch and twosies and threesies and all that sort of deal.
Do you just decide I'm just going to be good at this?
My mom's youngest sister is only a little bit older than me. Okay, my mom is the second oldest of 10, and her youngest sister is like 18 months older than me.
So your aunt is 18.
She's a year older than me, so it's more like a sister. And she used to play jacks, and I used to play with her, and I don't like losing. So I got good at jacks.
Unfair advantage.
How is that? So my nephew is 20. He's turning 26 in May, and my little brother is 28. So they're 2 years apart.
Yeah.
And my little brother always says, I feel weird because he wants to act like my homie, but I'm his uncle.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, how is
that? I mean, I didn't know any different.
It's crazy.
She's just a year or so older than me.
Yeah.
We used to hang out a lot.
I've seen those funny pictures where there's a baby next to a infant.
My mother,
that's the uncle.
My grandmother was pregnant with my aunt at my mother's wedding.
See?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Yeah.
That's old school.
Yeah.
That's old school.
I mean, that's like,
how many are you guys in your siblings?
I just have one brother.
Oh, one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we did not. I did not follow.
You did not follow
no.
suit.
My
Okay.
mom's 1 of 10. My dad's 1 of 5. They can both come from big families.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Luke have a big family, or am I conflating him with Jokic? I am.
Jokic has those terrifying
he has
brothers.
The bodyguards that travel with him.
Jokic has those brothers that look like Bond villains.
I never hear about Luka's siblings.
No,
are there any siblings? Let me look that up.
Trudell's here. He can probably fill us in
okay.
on some of that. He's going to join us coming up in just a little bit.
Maybe a big brother can tell him stop whining.
I got a game for you that you can play with your daughter. You can play with your wife. You can play with your brothers. It's good for everybody. It's totally clean, but it's super fun. It's called Anomia. Okay.
Anomia?
Anomia.
Sounds like something you catch.
It
okay.
does.
Yeah.
And there are cards that have symbols like there's a equal sign, a plus sign, a
Oh,
triangle,
I've seen
a circle.
this. I did not know what it was called.
And so we deal the cards and we turn them over. And if you have a circle and DeAndre has a circle, okay, there's also a word on each or a category on each card. So once the symbols match, you have to look at his card. He has to look at yours. Like his will say soup. Yours will say shampoo. You have to say a brand of soup before he says a brand of shampoo. And your brain freezes.
Yeah,
and you're like, you can't think of a brand of soup. And then if you just say,
Campbell's.
Well, sure.
Okay.
Dial. Right. But in the moment, you're like, and nothing. It's great. And then there's the whole cascading of the car. I guarantee you, you would like it.
Airline, fast food.
American.
Fast food, I would have just said Burger King.
Yeah.
Right,
that would work. Right. But I got first. I said American first.
So have you heard Cover Your Assets?
No.
Assets. That one's, so you all get cards. And then if I get like a bank thing that says $10,000 and you have $10,000, you can request it, or I have to keep upping you, and you build your assets. And then people can come in, kind of like a faster version of Monopoly.
Oh,
that one's really cool too.
We should bring ammonia. Ammonia, am I saying it right?
Anomia.
Anomia.
Anomia. It's really fun.
That sounds fun. I like that.
It's really, and you can play with kids.
Yeah.
It's very easy, but it's and you can play with adults. And by the way,
that's really good for your brain.
If you've had a little wine, it gets really hard. It's like politician.
Say the first thing that pops into your head.
Right.
You might be right.
Right.
Yeah, that's fun. We should play that game. And dominoes. We're here. Me and you.
I got you.
Yeah.
Trudell is here.
Yeah.
The Lakers have the Pelicans tonight. And what's on tap? The Lakers are home to host the Pelicans. The Toyota Lakers Countdown with Beto Duran starts at 6 p.m. with tip-off at 7:30. You can hear it for your afternoon drive on 710 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app. Brought to you by Michelob Ultra. A superior taste, worth playing for, the official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. We'll get in a little Lakers and Pels with Trudell coming up next. It's DeMarco and Travis, ESPN LA.
Mason.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
How far we are from everything. The closest galaxy here is 2.5 million light years away. That's the Andromeda. That means it would take you 2.5 million years to fly there, flying at 186,000 miles a second.
Okay,
Tell
blah,
me,
blah, blah.
explain that to me,
Who
please.
would win a war between the aliens and the humans?
If there are no aliens, how do you explain Victor Wembanyama?
Yeah, that's true.
That's a good one.
Mason in Ireland, weekdays at noon on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and live on YouTube.
Have you heard the refinancing rule of thumb that says you have to drop your rate at least 0.5% to refi because it'll take several years of savings to recoup the closing costs for a refi? The Loan Exchange says the rule is nonsense. With a Loan Exchange free closer, you can lower your rate without paying any cost whatsoever. That's right, lower your rate with no cost and your balance doesn't go up. You start saving on the first day you have the loan and every day thereafter. If you decide to move next year or rates drop further, you can exchange that loan for another without losing $1 that was tied up in closing costs. Today's 30-year fixed-free closer rate in APR is 5.625%. So if your current mortgage rate is higher than 5.625%, give the Loan Exchange a call at 855-752-9944 or log on to theloanexchange.com. It won't cost you a thing. NMLS 1637539. Loan subject to credit approval. See website for licensing information, loan terms and conditions. Equal housing lender. Call 855-752-9944 or visit theloanexchange.com.
It's tournament time when the most talented teams survive and advance. And whether you're cutting down the nets or cutting through resumes, one thing's clear. The best teams are built with the best people. If you're hiring, you need ZipRecruiter. Their smart matching technology finds qualified candidates fast. You can add screening questions to get the right applicants and even filter to see who's recently active. Score the best for your team with ZipRecruiter. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. Find the Children is a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted car. Call 1-800-294-0222. You'll receive the maximum tax deduction, and we provide fast, free pickup. Call 1-800-294-0222. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Call 1-800-294-0222. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers.
Do you sleep naked?
I do. Completely unencumbered.
He likes to be free.
Put him in the box.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis rolls on.
So if you and I are on the road and we get caught in the same motel and we got to share a room,
Yeah.
you can't sleep unless you're naked.
I would prefer to be unencumbered.
Back to the guys.
I'm going to take a wild guess and assume that the Trudell household is rich with games.
It's a good bet.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a good bet.
You got kids, Midwestern, cold, stuck in the house. You got to play some games. That feels
Yeah.
like a game environment.
It is, and for my mom loves to just every Christmas or birthday, she's like, "Do you have this game? Do you have this game?" So it's like
she gives him his
so,
gifts.
so if we didn't have a game, then we would get it from my mom.
What was the one that you're the best at, or that you enjoyed the most?
I am strong at most of these games. I would say I play all of them seriously. I don't let them win at any of them.
I don't doubt it.
I would say that if my Monopoly skills in particular, I'd say are very strong. And people think some of that is just about luck, and it's really not. It's about how you negotiate, which properties you go to, how soon you build, how willing you are to mortgage, your appetite for risk, etc. The math all ends up working out if you know the exact system to do it, which of course my 11-year-olds don't yet.
Look at you.
And so that
Just
one
grinding them into dust.
Well,
yeah.
Putting them in the poorhouse.
But the same thing like anything else. The purpose of me grinding them into dust to a degree is so that they then learn how to dominate their friends and other people in life. It's like the same thing when we play ping pong.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
This is how it
Use
works.
your brain.
Yeah, this is Darwin.
Think your way out of this. Don't quit. That type of stuff.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Lakers-Pelicans tonight. And we were talking after the weekend where the Lakers beat Golden State, beat Sacramento, and I thought that the best part, other than just stacking a couple of wins, which is important, was just for at least a couple of days you could just that you didn't have to talk about everything that wasn't working. What doesn't work? Why can't you do this, that, and the other thing? Am I oversimplifying that? It just felt like even in professional sports, sometimes you just need to win some games and get people to shut up for a couple of days.
My entry point into that was my first job, like out of college, was an intern for the Baltimore Ravens, and the length of the week after a loss in the NFL is just insane, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing like. So not only do you have the next day to feel terrible, but then you have to look forward 5-6 more days. Now, I guess now it's a little different if you have the Thursday game, but actually that's even worse. So that week is okay, but then the next week you got
The
13
10 days after. Yeah.
if you lose the Thursday game. So the NBA relative to that has been fine, because you almost
get another game.
Always have a game within 2 days. Often you get to play the next night. So that part is right. And you're right, Travis. Like, they didn't play that poorly during the 3-game losing streak. They just didn't play the way
they didn't win
spots. They didn't play in spots to win, which is different from earlier in the season where they may not necessarily have played well, but they were winning all of the close games. And so that was kind of it's like, oh man, 3 relatively close losses in a row. I know Boston ended up running away with that one, but it was close early in the fourth quarter. And then the Orlando game, then the Phoenix game on top of it. So that much at least was nice. And on top of it, they have maintained health throughout this last week or so. So you can at least go in with a little bit more knowledge of who's going to be playing when and with whom. And, you also got to rest guys in the fourth quarter, which has not been a theme this year as well.
It seems like in the NBA, I guess, on social media, it seems like they're doing, I guess, for players, some guys, like Zion, trying to repair image. Like image conscious is coming back into fold. I say that because I'm going to bring up one of our favorite subjects, DeAndre Ayton. Did you hear Shaq's comments on him?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he is the X factor. If you got more out of DeAndre Ayton than X, Y, and Z, the Lakers could actually be yada, yada, yada. Where do you stand on that? Like, is there more to give from him? And if he does, what does this team look like if he actually turns into dominate?
Sedano and I were going back and forth on this the other day. And usually it's me and Sedano going back and forth with Cappy and him just, being bothersome along those lines and trying to annoy us, or Morales doing the same thing.
No.
But in this case, George and I, we're usually aligned. We're a little bit apart on it. I think that for what the Lakers had to give, and based on who was out there, Ayton has actually been at very minimum, he has been worth what they got him for. And the charitable look, and again, this is where I differ from Sedano, is that he's actually slightly outplaying what I think the wider projection of what he could do was.
He's outplaying what you thought he was going to be?
Slightly. And this is the thing. Like, he has helped them win games. Right? He has been better than a replacement value center. He's been better than a guy that you could just get on another team without giving up a real asset, like a first-round pick, right? Mm-hmm. The Lakers only had one. So he has helped them. Now, there are other nights where he has not played well, where he has hurt them, but that is not super uncommon for a big man who can be a little bit in terms of like what he wants, what his game, what he has to offer, and what he's done at one time versus what you're asking him to do, which is the difference between like Shaq and, say, a center. To bring up the example, of course, Clint Capella, right,
Sure.
was the example that was in because he cited that name in the locker room. And there are nights when he has been like more than a Clint Capella type, and he's helped the Lakers win a game. And then the last game the Lakers played, he basically did the screen roll, catch everything, dunk it, 6 for 6 from the field, grab some rebounds, block shots, and he helped them win the game there. So he has done that. Is he a perfect player? No. Does he have weaknesses? No. Are there times where he drives you crazy? Just in terms of like the talent that's there,
I think that's it.
And you know what I'm saying? But it's one thing, Travis, the talent that's there is like almost a max contract type of talent.
Sure it is.
But you're not giving him that. And therefore, you have enough on the rest of the roster where you don't have to have him play his best game every night, and he can still help you.
I think you're looking at it very objectively and not wrong, but it's the talent that you just described. It's the inconsistencies that you described. It's does he understand what's being asked of him that is for, like, you put all of those things together, and the Capella thing, I think, was they actually kind of do need you to be Clint Capella. And I understand that that's not what you thought your career was going to morph into when you're the number one pick in the draft, and you do have this talent. You're athletic, you're 6 feet or 7 feet tall, you've got a nice soft touch, like all of these things, but if it was going to be where you were the primary focus of a team, that would have happened by now. It hasn't happened in your career. You're on your third team. You didn't have a million different options coming into this season. We need you to be a Clint Capella type of player, and that he hasn't grasped that. And clearly, by what the quote was, he doesn't understand that. And then to your point, Trudell, about how there are moments where like, well, there it is. Like, and it's just, it's the good moments are actually the ones that kind of make you want to bang your head on the desk. The bad ones are like, oh, there, the other guy is back.
You could take an example from any other career path. And, again, since I was with Sonato and Cappy, we were talking about this. I said to Cappy, like, look, when 20 years ago, when you're just coming out and you're all piss and vinegar and you want to take over the sports broadcasting world and you want to be kind of like the feature person on your show, and the radio station manager, the program director comes in and is like, look, I just need you to be like the secondary guy to whoever my alpha guy is. That's hard. Sure. That's hard to do at any stage. And I think, like, for DeAndre Ayton, Dwight Howard was the last center that the Lakers had where this was an issue. The first time he played for the Lakers, it was a problem. The second time when he came back, he had totally gotten it, better. Had bought in, had realized I'm not the guy anymore. I have to be a supporting role player. And this is the difference, too, between a lot of guys that either stay in the league. I'm guessing it's the same in the NFL, DeMarco, where if you can't, at a certain point, you're not the guy anymore. But you can still play in the league for 10 years.
Absolutely.
Because of your talent, if you just embrace, this is what we need you to do. But, man, look, it's a lot. I think it's easy for us to criticize somebody who is not totally in on that at first, right? Because if we just think to our own life and what we want out of whatever our chosen field is, it's tough to have those conversations. And sometimes it takes a few years to really have that locked in. Sometimes you got to bottom out before you're really willing to do it. And I think he's done fine with that. It hasn't been perfect, but I didn't expect it to be perfect. Otherwise he wouldn't have been available this summer.
But when you say he's got like number one pick in the draft type talent, why don't you play like that all the time?
Well, this is like I was gonna say that I can't say that on the air. Like if the queen had blank, she'd be the king. Like it's you. There's a reason why
shorter hair.
Yeah, thank you. Like
what I mean is some guys, if they play as hard as they possibly can, they're never going to be number one pick guy. But if you have that talent, why wouldn't you want to play like that guy?
It's just
all the time.
That's it's not a. It's just not possible, I think, to expect that from somebody who has not shown that that's the way that they are wired in their head.
The ability to play like that, to play desperate, to maximize your ability is just as much of a skill and a gift from God as anything else is it being 7 feet tall. And when those two things come together,
100%.
Like you can't to use DeAndre Ayton as the example we're talking about right now. He is not going to wake up one morning and be Kobe Bryant. He's not. It's never, ever going to happen because Kobe Bryant had a gear in him that very few people have. Yep. And when those two things come together, supreme talent with that supreme work ethic, you get Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, Tiger Woods. That's why they're Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, and Tiger Woods. They don't come around very often. You'll get some guys that have all of the grind in the world. They just don't have the talent. And they, to your point earlier, they'll stick around forever. They'll make a career. Yep. They'll do really, really well. But there's also guys that are given a full bucket of talent and a half bucket of grind, and you get this up and down. And very few guys get two full buckets.
One of my favorite examples of this is Allen Iverson, who I think a lot of us in my generation was our favorite player growing up, who didn't love the way that he played. But as teams asked him, okay, now you've reached a point in your career where you can't quite play the way that you want to play. And he couldn't do it. And so he just ended up being out of league. And that was fine. Had an amazing Hall of Fame career. He could have gotten 5 more years out of it if he would have adapted to the way that people had asked him to play. He didn't want to do it. And again, that's fine. That there are other players like Vince Carter would be one where Vince said, okay, I can't be Vince Carter anymore where I'm dominating and I'm an all-star, but I can be a really good role player.
You're dang right.
Grant Hill did the same thing.
Yeah.
So there are players that have evolved in that way. Kobe is kind of a unique example because he had the Achilles tear, right, in like year 16. And from that point on, it was just trying to get back to a certain level of healthy. And, what role was he going to play with a bunch of kids on the team?
Bad team,
Had he been on a great team at that point, maybe he could have adjusted his role to a degree. So I just think it's that this is just sports. And I think Ayton is somewhere in that cycle of understanding a little bit better, right, where his career is going to go from here. And the talent is still such to make it worth it, even if he isn't perfect at that right away. And I think that's where the Lakers are at with him, where he's helped them win some games. Some other games he hasn't been great, and then the games where he's not great, you go a different direction, and then you start the next day with it. You don't freak out about it. And I think JJ Redick's been great about this. The next time you're like, no, what? He's fine. Like we expect him to play well tonight, and that's where you go moving forward.
You can change dominating to frustrating, and it works. That would work. There you go.
But you wouldn't even have to paper over it that much.
I just think the consistency with him, that's the biggest thing. As far as you said, like he gets there's one night he's getting 28 and 12. Oh, that's perfect. But the moments that they do need him down the stretch, they have to sub him out, and he literally cannot close out games. They're rolling with Jackson Hayes at a certain point to close out games. Or there's even some point that they're closing out games. They had to do a small ball lineup with LeBron James at the center position when they played against the Phoenix Suns. It's like that's the aspect that gets frustrating with DeAndre Ayton. And everything that's coming out with the article as far as motivating him, they had like all that stuff coming out, like that's the frustrating part of him.
If you're getting frustrated by it, then you have to adjust your expectations, and they should have been adjusted before the season started. That's why he's on the team for $8 million. Okay, he's not. Guess what? You don't get out of an $8 million center. You don't get every night consistency at a max player level. You're not going to get him playing every game like that. That's not what you're paying him for. You know who has to do that every night? Luka Doncic. You know who has to get close to that? Austin Reeves. And LeBron James is going to get close to that on a lot of nights, but guess what? He's 41. So you can't expect him to play 48 minutes of defense on a night. The whole NBA, and we can put this into a metaphor of any other sport. You just have to understand what you're asking him for. And I have not asked DeAndre Ayton to dominate every game, to close every game, to play a certain way every time. That's not what he's on this roster for. Now, if he could do that, then you'd have to pay a lot of money to re-sign him at a different level. Has he shown that he's capable of doing that? Not yet. Who knows? Maybe he'll rip off a great stretch. Maybe he'll play great in a playoff round.
I'd love to see it.
And maybe he'll do that. But for right now, I think he's done essentially what you would expect the center to do that you're paying that much.
You said what I've been saying for the whole thing. It's like the reason he's here is because he isn't what we've been talking about.
Right.
Like this is, you don't sign a 200 hitter and bring him in and say, I'm going to need you to hit 40 home runs this year.
That's right. I really thought the laundry would change him, though. I really thought the laundry might bring the best out of him.
DNA. It doesn't change attitude. It doesn't change perspective. It's just.
I thought that you couldn't come here and hide.
He's not, but again, he's not. Like it's not like he stinks. He has had several games where he has helped the Lakers win, and he has played very well. And he has had other games where he has not. And as to DeAndre's point, there have been some games where you're just not going to close the game with him. And other times, by the way, that's not necessarily even his fault. It's because the small ball lineup is actually a better way to go with that, where you want more spacing, more shooting, and you like Phoenix, for example. Phoenix is a team that just runs a million actions on the perimeter, and it's tough to ask any big man. Now, AD could do it, but that's why he's getting $50 million.
That's Anthony Davis.
But DeAndre Ayton, he's not going to be able to move his feet when Gillespie and Grayson Allen and O'Neal are flying around screens. And so part of it is just what basketball is, and certain teams that are going to hit you with a speed attack. The counter to that is to play LeBron and Rui and Luka and get enough scoring out there and then still be able to move your feet.
So not getting what you want. We can get into Zion Williamson coming up in just a little bit. We'll talk about that. Plus, we got a little tip or no tip straight ahead. It's DeMarco and Travis. Trudell is here on a non-lit Tuesday on ESPN LA.
Rams fans, D-Far here. I've been with the team for over 30 years as a player. Now as a broadcaster, I've seen some incredible stuff. A lot of incredible moments with this franchise. Playoff runs, championship seasons, history made on the field. What's about to happen in Australia? That's something none of us have ever seen. The NFL is playing their first ever regular season game in Australia, down under. And this is your chance to be a part of it. True Fan Travel is putting together an unforgettable trip for Rams fans. 5 nights in Australia, round-trip flights, hotel accommodations, all-inclusive events, an exclusive tailgate. In Australia, a tailgate in Australia, yes, please.
Sounds fun.
Absolutely. And, of course, your ticket to the game couldn't be more fun. They handle everything. I mean, every single thing. All you got to do is show up and have fun. Enjoy the experience. If you've ever wanted to follow the Rams somewhere truly special, this is your opportunity. Secure your spot right now at truefantravel.com. That's truefantravel.com. Join me in Australia. I'll see you down under.
Why do we grill to order at Waba Grill?
It's just better for you.
Download the Waba Rewards app or order online at wabagrill.com. Waba Grill, it's for you.
Every dunk. This is the home of the Lakers. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Pack your year with awe and awesome at SeaWorld San Diego. Get up close to over 9,000 animals. Experience the thrill of the deep with mesmerizing shark species in the all-new Shark Encounter, opening this spring. Savor over 150 international flavors during the Seven Seas Food Festival with an all-new headlining concert lineup on select dates from February 27th through April 26th. Go from real to unreal at SeaWorld. Save up to 60% on tickets, fun cards, and passes. Hurry, offer ends soon. Restrictions may apply.
Hey guys, it's Cappy. You know I'm serious about the game day menu, right? If we've got the game on, I'm not messing around in the kitchen. You know what I'm doing? I'm going straight to Pizza Hut. Right now, they've got two insane deals. A large one-topping pizza or a medium three-topping pizza for just $9.99 each when you carry out. Order online at pizzahut.com, or if you don't have it by now, grab your phone and download the Pizza Hut app and bring home a guaranteed win tonight.
Available at participating locations. Extra charge for stuffed crust and original pan, extra cheese, and extra toppings.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever. Vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. And you know I love my cake. So I get that big birthday energy without any sugar guilt. The bottle's small, easy to toss in my bag, and perfect when I need a quick, tasty caffeine boost to cakeify my day. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
And it is the DeMarco and Travis Afternoon Show. 4 o'clock in the Southland. You know what that means. Time for Tip or No Tip. Tip or No Tip. With producer Laura. Tip or No Tip time. Take it away, producer Laura.
Thank you, Chris. Hope you're feeling better. All right, guys. So
Take your time, though. Right? Like, let's just make sure that he's fully held up before he comes back.
Get to 100%.
Exactly. Don't infect the office. Just take your time and be careful.
Get better, Chris. Yes, take your time. I would say whenever you feel better, come back.
Like on next Wednesday.
Yeah. And then take another couple days.
What are the chances of him trying to do lit tomorrow?
Oh, God.
Why did you even have to go put that out there?
Okay,
Oh, my God.
You're a bad guy, DeAndre.
I'm glad you said it because I was about to, and I'm like, Travis will kill me if I say
I feel
that.
like I'm coming down with something.
Yeah. No, you got Greg tomorrow. You're good.
That's true.
You're good. All right, guys. So I love when things like this pop up in my social media. And there's a new social media trend that was on my TikTok where people are randomly saying their significant others' full government names. So their friends are in there. Like, let's say you, Trudell, you're there with your friends and your family, and your wife just comes out and says, I actually don't know your full name, so I'm just going to go with Mike Trudell.
Okay.
But,
David is my middle name.
Okay.
Michael David Trudell.
Michael David Trudell
Yep.
comes up.
Mm.
Their reactions are priceless. They're like, whoa, what did I do? And then the family just leaves. So I don't know if it's like they're in it or not, but it's just think about your wife, your girlfriend coming in there with your friends or your family, just saying your full government name. And I love like how people are just getting up. So tip or no tip, when someone says your full government name, it automatically makes you feel like you're in trouble.
Yep. Forgot to delete my browser history.
Whoa.
Wow.
I was not expecting that. Why would you say?
That's her response is to use your middle name?
That's how I know I'm in trouble.
That's that.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
That's with like childhood though, right? That's when mom like says the full name.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
So
God,
my
yeah.
mom never did that, but Susan's mother did, and Susan does it to our kids, and they know that something's up when they get the middle name dropped in there.
Yeah. If I have to, say your whole name, you messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you left your socks out again. You poured cereal and there's milk all over the place. Come on.
Beto.
Oh, there's Beto F. Duran.
Beto Arthur Duran.
Beto Arthur Duran. That's your middle name?
Arturo?
Bert Duran. Yeah,
Bert Duran. Bert Duran.
Bert Duran when he
Bert
comes to
Duran.
this side of the town.
Yes.
What's your middle name?
You really don't have a middle name? Well, I don't have one either.
There's 7
so.
kids. My mom is not paying for extra names.
Oh, all right.
Okay, that makes sense. The thing is,
We could just give him one.
Beto.
Also, with 7 kids, my mom doesn't know my name, so she would just yell out, Gabriel Alfredo too.
Okay,
Travis.
He's not wrong
No.
because when my mom gets mad and she'll come out with like all the grandkids, all the kids, and I'm like, you didn't even nail the person that you wanted to get mad at.
That's just frustration. Like, I have 3 kids. I call them by the wrong names. I call my daughter by the boys' names sometimes. That's how, like, sometimes you're whoever is usually the most guilty is the first name to come out of your mouth, even if it's one of the other ones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Since Beto's in here,
I just came to say hi. Real quick.
oh well, too bad.
Nice
I'm gonna
cup
ask.
bro.
I'm gonna ask you for a tip or no tip, Beto. Pay attention since you're in there. So when someone says your full government name, do you feel automatically that you're in trouble?
Nah, because nobody knows Umberto, so not really. I think I see that trend though where people are like, "Oh, you're using the full government."
Yes, that's what I'm talking
like
about.
with the football players, they go, "Oh, you're full government," because I always love it when they try to get the Polynesian guys. They're like, "Nah, bro,
A lot of syllables.
Yeah,
A lot of syllables.
Nah.
All right, so the next one. Shout out to Funchy because he sent us this story.
Oh, boy.
Reese has just teamed up with his smile to drop a peanut butter cup flavored toothpaste. Yes, chocolate, peanut butter, gross. Toothpaste. It's a sugar-free, fluoride plus, and apparently that gives you a minty cooling fresh, but it still has the unmistakable Reese's flavor. It's also a limited edition. So tip or no tip, you'd try something crazy like this.
No tip. You said minty.
Tip.
And Reese's.
Wait, Trudell said tip.
I like something sweet, man. Yeah. Why not?
Because you eat like a little
Yeah, let me
kid.
try that.
You want your toothpaste to taste like candy?
No, I didn't say I was going to stick with it. I just said I wanted to try it.
You want to try it. Okay.
You know? Yeah, but I mean, I guess it's a little contradictory, but if there were like a Mountain Dew toothpaste.
Oh, boy.
Now, the problem is, Mountain Dew is kind of why you need the toothpaste.
Just going to say, you
in the
better
first
make sure you
place.
get the Mountain Dew
But
off your teeth.
I'm just saying, but like that's just the lovely nectar, sweet flavor of Mountain Dew.
Wow.
I don't know why we settled on mint as the default setting for all toothpaste. Like we could have been anything, but it feels right.
Get that nice clean
breath.
feeling.
Yeah,
Good for your breath.
all of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But it could have been. We could have
Ginger?
decided that
Cinnamon?
ginger, chocolate, cinnamon.
Yeah.
It could have
Cinnamon.
been anything we wanted it to be. But peanut butter chocolate toothpaste sounds disgusting.
You don't like cinnamon,
Yeah.
right?
I can't eat it.
What about Big Red Gum?
No, not anymore.
Not at all?
Before
Okay.
before the
Still no
incident, I was
cinnamon?
fine.
Okay,
But
all right.
post incident, nothing cinnamon flavored.
He hates
in
cinnamon. Yeah.
40 plus years, no cinnamon.
No canela for you, huh?
I like
Yeah.
cinnamon.
Nope.
I
out.
love cinnamon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like café de olla then?
I don't eat anything that is
Yeah.
cinnamon.
Oh,
No, can't do it.
more for me.
Wow.
Let's go. Cinnabons.
That's
Cinnabon's so good.
Oh, my God. Extra frosting.
That's what got you sick, though, right?
Let's go.
That's
Yeah.
right. I agree with the extra frosting.
Yes.
The 18
That's
natty
right.
lights.
Trudell's a frosting freak.
Love
Yeah,
frosting,
right.
baby.
Yes.
Trudell's 12 years old, I swear.
That's right.
Frosting, Mountain Dew, and Twix toothpaste.
Right.
Yeah, I can't deny. I mean, look. So I'll confess something. So I had to pick up my youngest from preschool today, and I just got kind of like it got in my head. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop at 7-Eleven real quick. I run in. I get a 20-ounce Mountain Dew and like a $5 bag of like gummy sugar candy.
Oh.
And then I get in my car and I'm like, "What are you doing? Why did you
You're
did you just
enjoying
do
yourself.
this? What's wrong with you?"
Why did you not
You
buy
know?
any for the kid?
Well, no, that the candy part of it was so I could, like, when he gets in the car, then I want to be a hero. and
Do
I'd be
the
like,
kids
look,
know
buddy.
you're the easy mark? Like, hey,
He
Dad.
didn't share.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Dad, come on. Let's
100%.
7-Eleven right
Yeah,
now.
I'll be like,
Let's go.
I'll be like, hey guys, I got to run to Target real quick, and they'll be like, Dad, can I come? Whereas if my wife's gonna go, they're like, no, Ma, like, you know.
Do you go fully loaded Mountain Dew, or do you do the sugar-free Mountain Dew?
Yeah, fully loaded. Yeah.
How are you not 800 pounds?
I mean, I like to think that I've worked out a lot since I was like a
Okay.
kid, so I've always had pretty good metabolism.
You have
but
one a day?
No, not quite. Not that. Yeah,
How many a week?
I mean, probably 4 or 5 a week.
And he
Yeah,
works
that's
out.
like
that's
crazy.
terrible.
And he works out.
And I don't
yeah.
drink coffee.
He's
and
not a drill drinker.
I don't drink a lot of alcohol. I mean, I might have.
Speaking of, how did the martini
go? Oh, yeah, that's
go?
right. I had a martini.
No, you didn't.
I did, yeah.
I get a text from him like, hey, what's the martini order again?
Yeah.
And
So we
Wait, you
went
had
to
Travis's martini?
Yeah, so
Oh,
I
that's
so
a
I went to
grown
a
man one right
I went
there.
to a
No, no.
like a surprise 40th birthday. Shout out to Alyssa, and they had a bartender at their house, and so I went up and I was like, oh, this is my chance. Like, Travis, what do I say again? He's like, something neat.
Tito's martini,
Tito's
up
martini,
with olives.
Up with olives, right?
Yeah.
And I said that.
Got that message saved.
And the bartender looked at me with that, and I executed the order correctly. I didn't have to look down at my phone because I would be like, can I get? Hold on.
There you go.
Tito's martini.
You ran the play. Good for you.
Yeah. And so, and what I'll say is that it was fine. I wouldn't say that it tasted great.
Okay.
But it was smooth. You know,
Yes.
it went down easy. I didn't need like a chaser.
No.
Right, or anything. It was fun, and I think it was probably pretty strong.
They're very strong.
Relative
that's
to a normal
why
drink.
that is the king of the cocktails.
Okay.
Because
Did
they
you
are
have just one?
incredibly strong.
Yeah.
I had one, and
had
then
half of one.
then I switched to champagne, which is probably my favorite tasting drink.
Okay.
Champagne's good.
Yeah, but
Champagne's
not
tastes
Not
good.
together.
after a martini.
No.
Do the champagne first and then a martini.
Well, I wanted to look again. I wanted to just have my my first. I
Maiden
wanted
voyage.
Yeah, exactly. I
you
wanted to
go.
make my martini voyage, and then I went a couple of glasses of champagne, then I switched to beer.
Okay.
I like to switch to beer so that I kind of know what's coming in.
Important
at
question.
that point, you know, one in, one out.
Will you try another one?
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Try
yeah.
this. Do on your own schedule. Have 2 martinis and then just chill out for the rest of the night and see how it goes. You will have a really nice ride. I
Martini,
promise.
champagne, and beer.
That was the
One
combo
bourbon.
that night.
One scotch.
Yeah, that was the combo.
One
And
beer.
What did you eat?
Gummy bears.
Gummy bears.
I had,
Right.
they had these they had these little like slider
I
appetizers
was
going
gonna say
around.
that's cheeseburger territory.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I had a few of those, and I mean, not a ton. Yeah, it was more the drinking, but I was fine in the morning. I woke up. I had to wake up to go to Golden State because like I went on after the Phoenix game, and I had a flight at 8:00, so that wasn't ideal.
Okay.
I had to wake up at 6. So, but I woke up and I did have a little extra water before I went to sleep, and then when I woke
Oh.
up, chugged a little more water, and I was
Gotcha.
okay.
There you go.
Yeah, a little dry mouth.
Yeah, it's a little start there.
Yeah.
I'm
There you go.
I'm proud of you.
Thanks, man.
2.
Trying
Do two
the
next
time.
Travis
We'll
drink.
do 2 next time.
Do not have 3.
Never.
No.
One's
never.
good, 2's perfect, 3's too many.
Yep.
Okay.
And don't do dirty. That's what I do. Sometimes.
Dirty's fine, but dirty,
Isn't dirty
he
like the
ain't ready for
olives?
dirty.
every
Yeah, the
ounce you
olives.
put
I
of the
like
dirty
olives, though.
in there, you're going to have less ounces of gin or vodka.
Yeah.
Because it's just a volume issue.
See,
But
I'm
you
gonna
are
go
an olive
dirty
guy.
then because I
Okay.
love
Right.
olives.
You'll love the dirt. Blue
Yeah.
cheese, and you always get 3.
Oh, I don't like blue cheese though.
Or
Just get
you know,
regular
or get the
olives.
pit- so you have to get 3 olives in martinis. That's good luck. Never get 2.
Never get 2.
One or 3.
Well, I'm assuming that bartenders know this.
Yeah, not
No?
all of them.
Sometimes they get busy and they're not paying attention.
Okay.
You got to
Blue
do it.
cheese.
Laura, we got one more.
Oh,
Or are we
so
done with tip or no tip?
Well, the music finished.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
DeAndre ain't paying
That means
attention.
You like
anymore.
blue? You like
Hi,
blue
DeAndre.
cheese?
Not in an olive, but I like blue cheese.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can
yeah.
eat it, but in an olive, it.
Oh, hey,
I
Reese.
find it
All right, guys, bye.
off-putting.
All
All
right.
right, you leaving?
Umberto.
Already?
Umberto?
Well, I just came to say hi. Yeah.
Bert
Oh, what are you
Duran?
guys doing, anyways?
Bill
Bert
Doran?
Duran. Bert with an I.
Umberto
Are we talking
Nada Duran.
Are we talking about WBC?
Yeah,
let's
he's
do
fired
it.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
What about Team Mexico? Have all the Southern California guys.
I'm here for Randy Rosarena on Team
Oh,
Mexico.
he's a real Mexican right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what he did in the last WBC made me go from that was the guy that no one could get out in the World Series to one of my favorite players in the league.
I got a guy on the Mexico team from Rialto
Okay.
whose grandfather was a Mongol.
Really?
No way.
Yes.
The
Wow.
motorcycle
The
group?
motorcycle
Oh, my
crew.
gosh.
And he
wow.
lost a leg, was still a gangster.
He's
Vivek.
committed.
Voltek? What's his name?
I always move over
All right,
for
he's
the
going to
Mongols.
look
I'm
it
gonna
up.
find it up.
We're going
Yeah.
to talk about Zion Williamson and the Pelicans
Let's
and
go.
living up to expectations.
Victor
That's
Vodnik.
coming up next. It's DeMarco, it's Travis, it's ESPN LA.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Can we please make a commitment to each other, all of us? Let's never mention LeBron's age again, because honestly, I'm kind of over it, man. I see a guy jumping through the air like that. I see a guy putting down monster dunks like that. I'm like, that guy's 25. And when he was 25, I thought he was 35. The age means nothing to me. Like, he's still world-class athlete.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
John Ireland here, and before the lights come up at Crypto.com Arena, make your night legendary at Javier's downtown. A SoCal tradition for decades, Javier's is where timeless recipes meet modern elegance. handcrafted margaritas, premium tequila, coastal Mexican flavors, always a part of the celebration. Whether you're courtside or catching a concert, start your evening where LA gathers for that unmistakable Javier's experience. Javier's newest location is just steps from the arena. Javier's downtown. Tradition, taste, and an amazing start to your evening.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
Okay, class, let's begin.
Psst, love your boots. I just sold a pair like that on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it took like 2 seconds to list, and they sold almost immediately. I've been selling everything lately. Some chunky boots, a faux fur coat I never wore, and a vintage chair that was more of an expensive clothing rack.
You know, I actually bought these on eBay. Wait, are you Kitty Sell Stuff from Brooklyn?
Okay, quiet, please.
Find what you love. Sell what you don't. eBay. Things people love.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
The home of the Lakers. And now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon. KSPN Los Angeles. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Yo, this is Jerry Garcia. It's your boy Concrete. And you're listening live to the 710 ESPN Radio, the best show, 3 to 6, DeMarco and Travis live.
Let's go. More DeMarco and Travis right now.
Breaking down the WBC during the break, giving Trudell more thoughts on a Martini rotation. Very important stuff we got going on here.
Yes, true.
Very, very important.
Chopin's a good vodka, too.
Taking notes.
I haven't had that in a long time. I'm a gin guy, but he said he wanted to
I'm a gin guy, and I ended up in Eagle Rock one night. So
nice. That was the end of that?
Never again. Hendrix, I love him. Oh, so good.
The correct choice.
Hendrix is fantastic, but after I woke up in Eagle Rock and I started at the Yard House.
You woke up. Yes, sir.
Remember we used to go to the Yard House after Laker games put out before the twins were born?
Yep.
And I ended up in Eagle Rock going, wow, the colors, man.
Yeah, right.
Worth it?
Absolutely.
There you go.
How'd all these people get in my room?
All right, so Lakers looking to win their third game in a row tonight. New Orleans, who's having another, bad season. So good opportunity for the Lakers there. And we can talk about how it may go tonight. But we were talking about a Zion Williamson interview that we saw on SportsCenter earlier, and he was talking about how he's disappointed that people don't think that he loves basketball. And that was one of the takeaways. That was the same face I made, the one that Beto's making right now, which is, well, then love basketball and get ready to play more basketball. And I understand that sometimes luck is involved and whatnot, but it seemed like there was a lot of other stuff going on in his life to prevent him from basketball.
Yeah.
Dude, are we past the point of thinking that it's all – because when he goes, he's still pretty darn good. He just doesn't go enough.
Well, ironically, this season he had just played 35 straight games, which I don't think he had ever done before. And he's in his 6th season. I think he's played the third most games. So the most he ever played was 70 in 23-24, and then he played 61 his second year. He's played 45 so far. And tonight he's questionable because he had an ankle injury the other day. But he has largely been available. I agree. Some of the off the court stuff was messy, and especially some of the stuff with just I don't know. I got the right way to summarize it, but yeah, he had some weird stuff and some stuff got like that. That none of that.
Companions.
Well,
Companions.
just
Okay,
not the first to have something go on with the opposite sex that had him be distracted. But to me, it's more about, it's not like I actually buy his point about he loves basketball, he wants to play, he wants to be on the court. I think that his body is just so unique. You don't have somebody that is as sort of, if you look at DeMarco right now, like Zion has the upper body sort of weight and girth and just solidity, strength of an NFL lineman like you.
Yeah.
But his legs are more like a typical. Yeah, exactly. So he's like a stud, like super springy wide receiver at his calves and ankles, and then to an extent in his thighs. But then up, he becomes an O lineman or a D lineman, and that is a very difficult thing to just land upon and stay healthy. So I think it's more that and less the off court and less the mental stuff, even if that's not perfect. And he has found a decent formula though for it this year. Like I said, he had an ankle tweak, but it's not the typical injury that he would have where he's just going up so high and then landing with all that force. And that's the question is how does he move forward? Because he can't really drop that much weight.
No.
Like with that kind of a build, I guess you can get a little leaner, but
you're going to have to change your game a little bit. I always thought he was too damn big to be that explosive.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean,
Michael loves watching. Michael's always talking about if he would have this, if he would have that. Get a nutritionist, get different stuff like that. But he's the guy at the gym who skips leg day. The way he's built, that's what he looks like. And then he's like Treadell was saying, springy. You're like, how did he make that move with that upper body? Like, how does he spin around dudes? He's so much fun to watch when he's on the floor, but he's not on the floor enough.
Yeah. When does it go from he's a fascinating talent, right, to the explosive athleticism? Like he's been intrigued, and it's not just him. This goes, John Morant, I think, falls into this category as well. Of guys that are like the talent is undeniable. There's been flashes or even more than flashes to where there's also stuff that prevents them from playing, whether it's injuries, suspensions, whatever it may be. To hey, I'm willing to take a chance on that. To you know what, it's just not going to happen for that guy, and I'm going to stay away from it. And it's not exclusive to the NBA. It happens in all the sports where guys just can't get it right, and eventually the league just moves on from them.
Well, there are on-court and off-court things for this, but for me, this is much more to put his body type into a different context here. I don't think he has a great position to guard, and that to me is ultimately what limits his success. And to an extent, you could put John Morant into this category where he also doesn't have a position to guard, because he's too small to really impact anybody that's bigger on the perimeter. Certainly not going to defend bigs, and he's not like his quickness is one thing, but he's too slight in the way even to deal with some of the smaller guards. So like he doesn't have a great position there. So if you're small, like you have to be like Chris Paul, where you're a complete fire hydrant, and you can at least keep guys in front of you. And if they try to dribble near you, you take the ball. And even then, that's not ideal because you have a Kobe type or a Jordan or even a Jason Tatum or Luka that'll shoot over the top of you. So Zion is a little bit more like, I'm trying to think of a good comp. So maybe Blake Griffin, where Blake Griffin, great player in a lot of ways, super explosive, but he never really had a position where he was great at defending either, because he wasn't quite big enough to defend the rim, and he wasn't quite mobile enough laterally to defend like the wings or the guards. And so where do you put, and that to me always got the Clippers in trouble in playoff series, where again, great player offensively, he can absolutely help. You can do a lot of things. Same thing with Zion. Zion is awesome on offense. But here's the other part that's tricky with Zion. Since he doesn't shoot, then you can't really play another big guy with him in the modern NBA.
Have to start shooting.
And then if you don't play another big guy with him, then you're screwed defensively. Because he can't guard. So that to me is the injuries are one thing, but to me it's just the body. And so like that's why to me I'm not if the number one player is like Zion's body type, I get like God, it's enticing, but man, where does he ultimately fit? Like who can he guard?
But that's
ultimately?
The guy you do it anyway with, right? Because of the athleticism. Because it's just, to your point, I don't know where this fits, but if we can figure it out, God only knows what the ceiling might be.
What does that look like when Zion is being effective? Like, what is the perfect team to put around him?
So he needs, I'm trying to think, like a great defensive big man who can shoot. And that in its own right is sort of a unicorn. So like Chris
Rudy Gobert?
Well, no, because Gobert can't shoot. So then all of a sudden your offense is gunked up. It's got to be like, well, okay. Now this is a dumb example, but like Wemby. So Wemby is the opposite of Zion, where he literally fits with anybody else.
Yeah,
because he can space, he can defend at the rim, he can move his feet in the perimeter, and on offense, like he can play inside, he can play outside. So like Wemby, of course, is a perfect fit with anybody, but that doesn't really help our math equation because again, he could fit with anybody. So to me, somebody like a healthy Kristaps Porzingis who can space out to three, who can defend the rim, But even in that case, then, Zion is still guarding, I guess, like power forwards, but a lot of teams don't play a power forward.
And to your point, like there are guys that don't play defense. We think
know.
of one or two.
Yes.
But they're so dynamic offensively. It's like, I'll live with it.
He's not there to defend.
Zion's not that.
No, he's there to dunk.
Yeah, and so, right, and even so, if you have somebody that isn't a great defensive player, but they're at least really smart and know the system and know where to be, and Zion hasn't shown that side of things either. And maybe you could have some growth there, but I don't know that you'll have a ton.
Well, and I don't think you can get this far in basketball if you didn't love basketball. So that part I agree with. The problem is I think he loves a few things about basketball that come with it. You know what I mean? And I think you got caught up in the one. Seems like they're trying to rehab his image, or maybe he's making a turn. Like you're realizing that if I don't get this straight, I could be out of the NBA at some point, like fairly soon if I don't get this straightened out.
The talent, though, and again,
he's 20. He's only 25 still.
Yeah. This is the thing that every team in every sport, we can fix him.
Yeah.
We can find a way to use it. You've seen it time and time again in every sport where a guy that just clearly doesn't fit for whatever reason, injury reasons, game reasons, body reasons, whatever it is, and it's like, yeah, but if we can X, Y, and Z, we're going to unlock everything. So I think he's got a lot of time left to bounce. Now, maybe it's a bounce around thing where everybody just keeps giving him a shot, but I don't think he's close to the end.
Well, I wouldn't say he's close to the end, but I think he's getting up to that point, though, and you have to think about this contractually. So he's going to feel like I'm the number one pick. I look at my offensive numbers to a degree. I'm a max type of player. And if I'm an exec on a different team, no, but that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Whereas, and so his deficiencies are, I think it just makes it tough to build a team around him. And it's the same thing with John Morant. And this is why, like, Luka is such a godsend in this context, is even if he's not the best defensive player, he's a great rebounder. He's smart. And he's more in the Jokic mold, where Jokic isn't a great defensive player, but he's a great defensive rebounder. He knows where to be, and you can put the right type of guys around him to essentially assure winning. And I can't get, like, DeMarco asked me, okay, well, what's the perfect fit alongside Zion? And I had to, I know the whole league, and I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I can build that. Now, maybe if I'm paying him like $10, $12 million, then, and I can use him, and then I have more to build out the rest of the roster with, but that's the tricky part, is that I don't know that I think some team is going to give him more than that. It only takes one,
True.
Like whether it's a Sacramento or whatever it is.
Oh, that's perfect.
And then
feels so perfect.
There are just other players that fit into this context, right?
Is right.
You ain't right.
That just feels so perfect.
You're not right.
Yeah.
This guy was on a roll, and you just said that's perfect right there.
It is.
You see that? You're not right. Why would you want anybody in Sacramento?
No, what I'm saying is that is a perfect place for Zion Williamson
with a max contract.
to go there with a ton of money.
You guys are agreeing.
Fit.
Yeah, you just don't know. He's saying Sacramento's the team that would give him money.
Why would you want that for anybody?
Because I like terrible things to happen. I like to see dumb people do dumb things over and over again. Look,
stay dumb.
And there's just some order in the universe when you can count on some things, and the Kings doing crazy stuff is one of those things you can hang your hat on. And just
Shout out Artie Moreno, huh?
Another great example.
Right there.
Like sometimes there's just, there is some order in the universe.
You're my mi gallo.
Mi gallo for sure.
I gotta go drink.
So did they?
Have fun.
They win tonight. That would be 3 in a row. Is there we're on to something thing, or is this you played 3 teams that are shorthanded or not very good?
Yeah, I don't think you take anything larger out of it.
Right.
In terms of the result, I think that the way that they played this weekend was encouraging in certain ways. I like the stuff that they were running on offense. I thought for the most part the defense was pretty solid. So if they can continue that, they can build some momentum. But, then they'll get a real test on Thursday. And to go to Denver, Jokic is playing. Now, they're without 2 of their 4 best players, probably. I mean, going into the season, I don't think they would have thought Peyton Watson was their 4th best player, but he's probably been their 4th best player this year because Cam Johnson has struggled. But he's out, and Aaron Gordon remains out. And so they've been struggling a little bit. And they have a problem with Luka too. Denver has not done well against Luka. He's the type of player that really hit, because Jokic is so deep, but Luka can score in that in between range from like the elbows in, and he's just murdered them the last couple times.
Speaking of the Luka thing, what did you make of the whole JJ Luka thing? Overblown, happens all the time.
That couldn't have been more nothing.
A big nothing burger?
Yeah, they're closer than probably most coaches and best players. Like, they have a really good relationship. I actually think I've been surprised that to some extent that JJ hasn't even gone at him a little more just because of how close they are. So they're the kind of close where I think they can yell at each other. And they're both really they're both forceful personalities in a certain way, but just like in a competitive standpoint.
Yeah.
So I think that they're super aligned. I know for a fact that Luka loves JJ as a coach. I know for a fact that JJ loves Luka as a player. So yeah, that was just one of those like. I bet you could understand it, DeMarco, having been in the trenches, right, and seeing how coaches and players can get into it. For somebody that doesn't know that they're tight, and you see that video, it's like, whoa, I get it. Like, I get it. Wait, that's not normal. Why is he going to go back and talk to him? I could get why, if you didn't know those two, you would think that it was something, but I'm telling you, it's not.
Hey, you put your hand on me, I'm going to have to, punch you in the face.
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
But
yeah.
anybody that has competed.
Yeah.
Knows
Especially
that
him
sometimes
and
you
them.
snap at people.
Right.
It's fine. It doesn't mean anything other than I'm in a moment where I'm frustrated or angry or exhausted or whatever it could be. And if somebody says something that I know it, right? But just move your feet. Why? You missed. You need to be done.
Yeah,
I know, dude.
Right.
Like, shut the up. I know. I'll get there.
The best example, of course, we all have children, and like this is sort of the best example of it. Is like sometimes as a father, I will find myself saying something that I don't even really mean totally, but just to sort of make a teaching point to them.
Yeah, of course.
And they, and then guess what? They don't like that a lot of times. And then that's when the turnaround comes, and they're like, no, it's because I said. So that's the sort of the coach-player power dynamic that's going to come into play that you can relate to, I think, especially as a parent. But I'm like, I find myself in that situation where I don't even really mean it, but I have to yell at you for this, so just so that you know, right, that you're not supposed to. Like, don't something stupid like you left your dish out in a place where it's going to knock over on the white carpet, and then mom's going to get
You don't have white
upset,
carpet
and I gotta
with
clean.
kids, do you?
Well, we got a white
That's
rug.
an insane move.
And we have white
That
carpet.
is.
I know. And it's
Cruising for
partly on
you.
us, but like I'm also trying to yeah. So it's just that. It's fine.
All right. So this is for both you guys. In the NFL season, you was only 16 when you were in there, right? Yeah,
Yes.
that's way past it. When you get to a certain point in the season, where the Lakers are right now, and you're playing a lot of games in a short period of time, like you said, they've got Denver coming up, then you get Indiana, then you got
17
the Knicks.
in March. Yeah,
It's just it is jam packed, and you're in it, but you're also near the end, but not really kind of close enough to the end. Just is this ever going to? Are we ever going to get to the good part, the playoffs, and just know that we're not close to the end, but it's close enough to see it, and just that fatigue that sets in at this point of the season.
Oh, yeah. I used to love to see the rookies hit the wall. Like, they're used to being done. No, we got 2 more months.
Yeah.
Keep on going. Yeah,
right.
It hits you hard, but it depends on how you are as a team and what your record is. You know what I mean? If you actually have a shot to win, then you might get energized.
If you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, San Antonio, like, man, I can't wait. Like, we're about to go play for a championship. Yeah. If you're the Knicks or the Pistons or something, like, let's get this going as quickly as we can. But when you're kind of towards the bottom of the field, what is the vibe when you just know that, okay, is there a chance? Sure. But we're also in a spot where I think we all kind of see the writing on the wall.
I think that this is this little window probably starts at the more closer to the end of March, because right now it's still kind of okay, out of All-Star break, a little bit rested. In the Lakers sense, they haven't had their roster like played together a ton, so that helps mitigate some of what you might have if the whole team's been playing every month, they've been healthy. So I think that they're in a pretty good spot for these next couple of weeks. And then to me, what can drive them to really push through that whole mindset is that the West is going to be so tight that a couple of wins versus a couple of losses is going to mean, top 4 seed and home court advantage versus play-in. And just avoiding the play-in will give them plenty of juice, I think, as they get down the stretch. And then, other than LeBron, who would certainly at age 41 is going to need some level of recharge at some point, Reeves and Luka Doncic, they should be cresting into the playoffs. And they also have both missed a decent amount of games, so that, I think fatigue-wise, they should be okay.
Okay, do me a favor. Why is there a fear of, falling to the play-in? Just because it's a play-in, or Does it wear you out because you have to play a game to get in?
It's all of those things. So it's you lack the certainty, and anything can happen in a one-game context. And so even if you're the 7th seed, if you lose, then you have to play again, right? And then you have played 2 more games than your opponent, who is better than you because they were the 2 seed.
Okay.
And the 2 seed is likely going to be San Antonio. I guess there's a chance that they catch OKC if OKC slips. I think it's unlikely.
That felt crazy a few weeks ago, but it just keeps getting tighter and tighter.
Yeah, I would still say the Vegas money is probably on OKC because they just got Shea back. They're going to get J-Dub back, and they're going to want to make a push, right? They've kind of been a typical defending champion where like they came out guns blazing, and then they've had a little bit like, all right, let's just get through this stretch. But they'll have the ramp up. They'll have all right, guys, like here's our 15 games. Foot's on the pedal, so they're going to go, and I think San Antonio will drop off at least a little because they're not going to. They just won 11 straight games. It's not going to keep happening.
Sometimes the play-in could be the best thing that ever happened to you. If you struggle to get,
so the Lakers obviously made the Western Conference Finals out of the play-in, right? In 2023, and that was kind of a unique year. But I think this year, especially again, a lot of this is with LeBron in year 23. You don't want 2 extra games instead of having a week to get right going into a playoff
against a much better team. I think that's the thing that you kind of lose. Like, okay, we're in. Yeah. It's like, you're in by the skin of your teeth, and now you got.
You'd rather play either banged up Denver is not that you want to play Jokic in any context, or Houston, or even Minnesota more than you would want to play San Antonio or OKC.
I remember when they said you couldn't win the Super Bowl from the wild card.
Yeah.
Now just get in. Anybody can win.
Yeah, that's in every we see hockey teams come from the back.
Baseball's the one weird one where it seemed like it was almost a disadvantage to sit.
It self-corrected the last couple
when the
of
Dodgers
years.
won the last
years. It was so short because we'd only had that format for a few years. It's like, hold on a second. It was weird. I agree that it was awkward that the number 1 seed on both sides kept getting clipped right out of the games. And baseball, I think, is the one sport where playing every day, oddly, is a bit of an advantage.
For sure. Yeah,
that the other ones
they legit were out of rhythm.
Yes,
I felt like
you get a little rusty, a little stale.
Yeah.
Can I try one thing? Look me right here.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? Kyler Murray.
No thanks.
At all?
No,
not at all.
No. No. Yeah. On that note, you're running me out of the room. I'm going over the arena. I don't want Kyler Murray. No, stay out of Minnesota.
Murray may be your guy.
I think you're the last person
he may be
Kyler
your guy.
Murray that you're on the Kyler Murray intrigues you train.
There's a lot of people in the league that are afraid of that dude. I mean, his
not
talent.
anybody that played him. The Cardinals go 4-13 every year.
You know how much crap we give the Jets because they're the Jets. You got to put. Where's Reese? I'm sorry, Reese. Sorry, brother. You got to put AZ in that same category. That's what I mean. Let's see what happens when he leaves there.
No thanks.
It wasn't. Thanks, Trudell. We're not going to keep working. I'm with you on that one.
Come on.
Here's the thing. I agree with you. Arizona should be in that category. Arizona, Raiders, Browns, Jets.
It's hard to overcome.
Totally agree.
Right.
It's the attitude.
But I think it was allowed to permeate there.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Perhaps, but it's also in there.
Yes.
There is something about, like we were talking about with these other guys.
The GM.
I'm not saying that the
coach,
permission structure wasn't there to allow him to do this.
Right.
But the I'm going to pout thing is in him.
Okay. But
doesn't
just remember,
fill me with confidence.
I know this is pout, but remember how we felt about Daniel Jones until we didn't.
Yeah, but Daniel Jones was never a powder.
Not a powder, but we didn't think he was good.
No.
We thought he was a bust.
But that's why I'm saying when a guy, the second it goes wrong, goes,
I know.
I don't need that in my, especially if it's my quarterback.
Could have been there. We'll see.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold. 5 teams.
Not a powder.
I know, but 5 teams becomes a champion.
And we never questioned their work ethic when it comes to Kyler Murray.
But I think he's athletically more gifted than the both of them.
They might be, but no one ever had to talk, whether it's Daniel Jones or Sam Darnold, these guys like, hey, when does Call of Duty come out? Because we got to make sure that it doesn't get in his hands before practice.
I think that's just where he's at, but let's see what happens. Let's see where he lands, and it may be Minnesota.
Yeah.
He may come in here with a Kyler Murray jersey on at some point.
You know where he should go? The Sacramento A's.
Sacramento A's?
Yeah.
And play baseball?
He's a first-round draft pick.
You want to run him out of the league?
He's a first-round draft. He's made a lot of money.
He should have played baseball, to be honest.
He's made a lot of money.
He should have played baseball.
I'm just saying.
Now, you can't walk off the football field right into baseball.
It'd be hard.
That'd be disrespectful.
He's 28 years old.
Yeah.
And look, he wouldn't start. He was a first-round draft pick in baseball.
But that was a while back. And you've been playing quarterback for a while.
I know.
Yeah, unless he's been swinging a bat.
I'm not saying it would be easy. I'm saying I would find that very interesting.
You know, why not? Like you said, he's made money. If he's done with football, But like I said,
don't get beat up. Your body feels probably pretty better at the end of a baseball game than it does during a football game. What is on tap today on ESPN LA? Well, of course, what we've been talking about. The Lakers are home tonight to host the Pelicans. The Toyota Lakers Countdown with Beto starts at 6 p.m. Tip-off is at 7:30. You can hear it on your afternoon drive on 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, brought to you by Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of the Los Angeles Lakers. Please enjoy responsibly. Another edge, not named Max Crosby, that might be coming here, maybe, possibly. That's coming up next. It's DeMarco and Travis, ESPN LA.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play here.
After a big win at home over the Kings, the purple and gold are back at Crypto.com tonight.
LeBron into the front court. Step back, three-pointer. Good again. LeBron is cooking.
It's Lakers looking for back-to-back home wins as the Pelicans come to town. Coverage begins at 6 p.m. tonight.
Every dribble, every dunk. This is the home of the Lakers. 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
John Ireland here, and before the lights come up at Crypto.com Arena, make your night legendary at Javier's downtown. A SoCal tradition for decades, Javier's is where timeless recipes meet modern elegance. Handcrafted margaritas, premium tequila, coastal Mexican flavors, always a part of the celebration. Whether you're courtside or catching a concert, start your evening where LA gathers for that unmistakable Javier's experience. Javier's newest location is just steps from the arena. Javier's downtown. Tradition, taste, and an amazing start to your evening.
Focus Features presents the film Hamnet from director Chloe Zhao and producers Steven Spielberg and Sam Mendes. The AFI hails. Hamnet lifts the audience high above humanity. And now the Golden Globe winner for Best Picture of the Year has been nominated for 8 Academy Awards, including Best Actress Jessie Buckley and Best Picture of the Year. Hamnet, our stories live forever. Rated PG-13. May be inappropriate for children under 13. Now playing in theaters everywhere.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems. Listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-494-6139. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-494-6139.
This is the afternoon show with DeMarco and Travis.
I love a good fruity cocktail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You look like a fruity cocktail guy.
I will have one.
DeMarco and Travis is on right now.
Well, I'm on the way, the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm.
So, you know, Parker Bell, who's part of our social team here, he's got a new gig, and he's leaving us and moving on to bigger and better things, as we like to say.
Yeah.
He just trolled me.
What?
He trolled you?
Yeah, so I sent him a note today saying, hey, good job, pleasure getting to know you. You're a great worker. Good luck. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. And I got back a go Halos.
Dang.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love it.
I know.
He may be 3 sheets to the wind right now. You never know.
I just feel like that's an aggressive sign-off. I'm feeling attacked.
That's a good
At least he didn't say new phone who this.
What's that?
At least he didn't say new phone who this. Because then he's erasing you completely.
Where's he going?
Amazon is part of it. Yeah.
Amazon.
So he's doing social media and he's doing producing for Amazon Sports.
Oh my God, they just got better
Amazon
looking.
flash in the pan. Yeah. Where are they going to be in 5 years?
Yeah, right.
Right.
Planet Amazon. There you
exactly
go.
Right.
Yes.
How often do you use it?
Amazon?
Yeah. Every day?
Well, yeah, indirectly, yes.
Yeah. Right.
Somebody in my house.
There you go. I was just going to rephrase. I still have never used it, but I feel like there's an Amazon package on my doorstep every single day.
Day.
Wait. You've never used Amazon?
No.
Brick and mortar.
No. Or if I need something like toothpaste or whatever, hey, Sue, Amazon some toothpaste.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You just physically don't have the app.
No, like I said, we get deliveries constantly.
You know how you talked about the boxes yesterday and how you love doing that?
I do.
So I was doing a lot of things at my place. So, Amazon is a place. Sometimes you don't want to support, but, whatever. And I was doing that yesterday. I was like crushing all the boxes. You said you would cut them and fold them and do all the neat stuff. Nah, man. I was like, pa.
Yeah, but they won't lay flat, Laura.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, then you're hitting them exactly in the right spot.
Yeah, because the seam is like.
Oh, you pop the seam.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
ripping the seam. Yeah, there you go.
Pop the seam and
I like to get my box cutter out.
I got you. Zip.
And then there's only one piece. A well-made box will only have one glued side.
Of course. Okay.
Tear it, bang, done.
You ever cut the carpet with your box cutter?
I never have done that.
You never done that?
Is it satisfying?
No, when you go too far through the box. And you
no.
cut something.
I do this in the garage on the garage floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you've scraped concrete
yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I've done that.
That's what I mean. Too far. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, we've all done things in the box too, where you cut whatever's in there.
I'm always careful with the box cutter.
Yeah.
I think I cut myself once, and I'm like, never again.
No, those are no joke.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Trey Hendrickson.
Big Trey, yes.
Should I get excited?
He's out there. So I do know some people that are connected to him.
He's going to be a free agent. The Bengals are going to not offer him a contract.
They're not going to offer. He's going to be out there. So he was trolling me, and I said, well, good luck. I hope you find him a good home.
Yeah.
And he goes, that good home could be in L.A. So I'm like, which team? Nothing.
Do we have a second team?
We do have a second team.
Sort of.
I sent him a Bolt and I sent him a Ram and said, which one are you talking about?
Yeah.
He wouldn't tell me. But he said he loves it here. Most pass rushers do because you can do this year-round here.
Mm-hmm.
If he shows up from day one, he's probably your best pass rusher, and I say probably out of respect.
Yeah.
He would be.
Yeah.
And he could also help teach Verse a couple of things.
Sure.
And help him reach his potential. He's
just boil down to price?
Live. Yeah. And Les Snead said that he's going to be aggressive. Kind of a return to the blank them picks mode.
Yep.
Which I do love, which brings back that Max Crosby conversation we had.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. I love all of this. He's a terrific player. I like the idea of returning to the F them picks era. I like the idea of going all in. I like the idea of giving Matthew Stafford his money so we can have that quarterback window open for as long as possible.
Those negotiations are in a good place.
The Stafford ones.
The Stafford ones. Yeah.
All great news. Everything I'm hearing, that they're looking at free agents, they're looking at trades, they're looking at all of it. This is music to my ears. While Trey Hendrickson and Max Crosby are both terrific players, that doesn't feel like an area of dire need for this team. Now, if something shakes loose and it's like the deal of a lifetime, like you can buy something, 50 cents on the dollar, sure, great, all in on it. But wouldn't you rather see them spend these assets, whether it's picks, whether it's money, whether it is in the secondary, more weapons for Matthew Stafford, a third wide receiver? Or do you just say, hey, look, Trey Hendrickson, Max Crosby, great football players, we could jump on that right now, and we're going to be right where we need, even if our secondary is still questionable?
Well, I could never say no. You could never have enough good edge rushers. You know me, I would say that. And we talked about how much they cost. That's the only prohibitive. They are.
Yeah.
And that's the only issue when you're talking about a 37-year-old MVP who's
also expensive,
who's made a ton of money, who's going to want more. So
sure.
Let's figure that out. But, yeah, I mean, from what I hear, here's the timeline. This is how they operate. First, they're going to take care of their own in-house free agents.
Okay.
Then they're going to take care of league free agents.
So we're talking like a Stafford situation.
A Stafford, a Kobe Turner.
Okay.
Yeah, a Kobe Durant, maybe.
Sure.
But from what I hear, I think it's going to be a complete reset in the cornerback room. Like all the outside guys probably won't return.
Okay.
But we'll see. That's just speculation, but
sure.
We'll see. And I can understand that. That was your biggest area of your biggest.
It was
weakness.
the weak link.
It hurt you all season long, and it probably ended your season, arguably. So I guess that's what you've earned. I would bet most of that free agent money is going to go towards the secondary.
Okay.
But if you could swing a deal for a guy like a Trey Hendrickson, you'd make that deal in a heartbeat. And I would love to turn him loose on the NFC West. You don't have enough to block him in this division.
Yeah.
It would put you, like I said, as soon as he signed the deal, I would say this is for Brock Purdy. This is for Sam Darnold. That is your job. Bring me the helmet of Brock Purdy and Sam Darnold. Right. Bring it to me on the sideline. That's why I'm bringing you here.
Yeah.
And that would help. It would definitely help.
But this the narrative going into this offseason for the Rams is what? The biggest thing they need is secondary. They need secondary help. And you got a veteran corner. Enrique Woolen. You got a veteran corner in Trent McDuffie who literally is going on
That's
and saying,
the guy they like.
And literally saying, like, look, man, I would love to come to L.A. I would love to be back here in L.A.
There
like,
was
if
a
you're the
connection,
Rams, and you got Jared Verse, you got Fisk, you got Byron Young, you got established guys on that front four. Why need to add some to that when you can go get a veteran in the cornerback position that you so desperately need?
McDuffie, I've heard there's a connection there because Jimmy Lake is here, and I think he coached him at UW. So there is and he's a free agent. Went to the Pro Bowl a couple years ago. He's a really good corner. If you have any trepidation on Trey Hendrickson, and I'm sure Rams fans would, why are you bringing in another edge rusher? I guarantee you after the first month of the season that will go away when he's terrorizing quarterbacks. Like, he is unblockable at times.
I don't doubt that he would terrorize quarterbacks.
Super slick. Yeah.
But if he's doing what you would expect him to do, but they're still bad in the back end. Now, maybe it matters less because you're getting home.
I don't think you'll get him, and that's it. I think that would just be one of a couple of moves you'll make.
Let me throw another one in there because this is something that I saw in a couple of different places. Because Mike LaFleur is the new head coach in Arizona, he may be interested in bringing Jimmy Garoppolo with him.
Yes.
We saw that Murray is out, that's not going to happen. So they need a quarterback, and he's familiar with Garoppolo. Garoppolo's familiar with LaFleur. Maybe he wants one last chance to go be a starter in this league. So let's just play this out. Let's say that happens, okay? What do you do with that backup quarterback spot? Because I think where the Rams are with everything we're talking about, they're kind of all in, right? We're back in that this is our shot. We're going to throw every punch. The difference between being at home or being on the road in a playoff scenario might be one single game. If I have to play with my backup quarterback for not a season or half a season, I'm saying that Matthew Stafford twists an ankle and he's got to miss 2 weeks, something like that. Jimmy Garoppolo or a type of player like Jimmy Garoppolo, I feel like could go win you those 2 games. Stetson Bennett, I'm not so sure. So do you go out and find another veteran guy who comes in and speaks fluent Sean McVay or Cousins, somebody like this, and you just say, listen, you probably are not going to play, but if I need you, I really, truly need you? Or do you cross your fingers, hope he stays healthy, or do you trust Stetson Bennett to do it? Because a player like Cousins,
I'm not letting Garoppolo out the door.
Okay,
yeah.
So you just keep adding
doubt.
money.
And I've asked people in Indy that are close to that situation about Anthony Richardson. They love the kid.
Yeah,
he's going to take some seasoning,
right,
to make him right. But there's a lot to like there. But I don't think he's ready to be Matthew Stafford's direct backup.
I don't either.
Yeah, if he has to take over a team for a month. That I don't think that'd be good. I wouldn't let Garoppolo out the door. And if you're Garoppolo, would you really take that gig? I don't think you have a chance to win before you're out of the league.
I looked it up.
Yeah.
Jimmy Garoppolo's made about $100 million.
Yeah.
He's made a lot of money. So he doesn't have to go get a big
Beat
fat
up.
deal. Right? He's got had he been a lifelong backup, I think you got to go be a starter even if it's in a bad team like Arizona. Like I got to see what it's like to be a starting quarterback in this league. He's a starting quarterback in New England. He's a starting quarterback in San Francisco. He's a starting quarterback in Las Vegas. He's done that job and made a lot of money doing it.
Yeah.
But isn't being a starter better than being a backup on a really good team, even if that starting job is on a very bad team?
Well, remember, I mean, it's a new coach. You're taking over a new gig. There's a good chance you get beat up.
Yeah.
Or I can just be the caddy here and wait. And get paid handsomely to do it. Plus, I don't, like you said, I've already made a ton of money.
Yeah.
I think the Jimmy Garoppolo thing plays better in L.A. than Arizona. Well, it plays anywhere he goes.
With the face?
Yeah.
Oh, no, the face is international, DeMarco. The man goes wherever he wants to go.
Back. It plays everywhere.
You know, here in Timbuktu, Jimmy Garoppolo walks in and necks are snapping.
Easy.
I don't get it.
You don't?
You're in the minority.
I know I am.
Yeah.
People tell me, they're like, really? I was like, yeah.
In Seattle, the NFC Championship game, there was a whole row right behind the bench. I'm just here for Jimmy.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know he's not playing today.
He's got that aura.
He's got the Kavorka.
That's right.
Give me Jalen Hurts, baby.
Out at LMU for camp last year, and he came out, and you could feel the entire energy just go
right
over to him. Not because he's the greatest quarterback on the field.
No.
It's like, what's going on over there?
He's cursed.
Yeah.
There he is.
Yeah.
But that's the plan. That's the, I guess, the what do you call that?
Order of operations?
The order of operation. You're free agents, league free agents, then you take care of the guys that are under contract. That means Puka.
Yeah.
So that happens down the road. And you've got one choice to make on a corner. I think this might be the only debate, is Emmanuel Forbes Jr. Now, you have until May 1st to make that choice to give him the 5th year.
I think he's a perfect example of if they brought him back, okay.
Yeah.
If he was not brought back, okay.
Right.
Yeah, I can live with both.
Yes.
If he's like, I'm gonna need you to be better. I'm gonna need you to have a better year in 26 than you had in 25. But there was enough good stuff there to show me some more. But if they've seen enough,
yeah,
I get that too.
There'll be a whole new group of guys in that cornerback room, and if you could land either Crosby or Trey Hendrickson, yes, absolutely, yes.
And they got 2 first-round draft picks. Too.
Yes.
They got 2
I
first-round draft
thought you were going to
picks.
say Ty Simpson at 29.
Well, that's a whole
That's
nother
where I
thing.
thought you were going with that.
That could be a whole nother thing, right? Like if all of a sudden Garoppolo's down the road, he's moved on to his next place, and you're like, hey, listen, we got to get started on this eventually. It's not for today or this season or maybe even next season, but if they love him or any quarterback at that point, and you think, hey, that could be my guy for the next 8-9 years.
Not saying I would, but if he's there at 29, you're gonna take the whole clock deciding.
Little shop talk coming up. Oh, sorry.
No, real quick. I looked at the top like free agent quarterbacks going into this offseason, and you mentioned Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
What about Malik Willis? I know on the market he might be a lot of money. I heard his name kind of targeted around the Arizona Cardinals actually, along with potentially Jimmy Garoppolo. But
Here to back up.
I mean,
I thought he was gonna he's gonna compete to start somewhere.
He might.
I'm just saying this, as far as like a backup, behind Matthew Stafford, and depending on where Matthew Stafford's career trajectory could go.
I should ask True about him.
I like a backup quarterback who is comfortable being a backup quarterback, not necessarily somebody who is striving to get their first opportunity to start. Not that it's nefarious or anything like that, but like Jimmy Garoppolo, I'm going to steal your words.
Understands the role.
DeAndre Ayton, here's what we're asking you to do. Yeah, no problem.
What about Zach Wilson? He's on.
Stop it. Just stop it.
Did he play for the Jets?
Yes.
No, thank you.
Yeah, just look. Unless we're gonna, never mind. I don't even want to bring up his particular cups of tea.
Oh no!
But
he's the. Oh, yeah, never
that's
mind.
him.
That's him.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's him. Which, by the way,
Stifler's mom.
Way to go, kid. But I don't know if we need that in here. That's not the energy that we're looking for.
Wow.
A little shop talk is coming up next. No to Zach. How dare you? You've done this twice today. You're a bad guy here on ESPN LA.
Hey, this is Rich Eisen.
And ESPN LA is the new home of the Rich Eisen Show in the Southland.
Let's go to Jimmy in San Antonio, one of our favorites. What's up, Jimmy?
¿Qué pasó, hermano?
What's up? Hey.
Man, Rich, people confuse you for Ryan Gosling, but not Josh Lucas. That's horrible.
The home of the Lakers. Now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, 710 ESPN. And always on the new ESPN LA app.
Hey, everybody, it's Cappy here to talk to you about Prize Picks. And, of course, I want to remind you, first and foremost, download the Prize Picks app today. Use my code Cappy. Get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 in lineups. That's code Cappy to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. So, listen, here's the thing. Right now, basketball season, you got to shoot your shot, man. Prize Picks, you get $50 instantly in lineups when you play your first $5. Come on, that's $50. They make every dunk, every dime, every board that much more exciting. I'm literally following the game while I'm on the Prize Picks app, and it's so easy to play. You just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get them right, you're cashing in. Now, I like a little flex play because you don't have to get everything right to still win. But on the other hand, the power play, you got a much bigger shot. Prize Picks is a great way to put your takes to the test. So download the Prize Picks app, use my code Cappy, K-A-P-P-Y, to get $50 in lineups when you play your first $5 lineup. That's code Cappy to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNLAcontests.com.
That's ESPNLAcontests.com.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone. Group chat. Smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
Out on the course, they're the PGA Tour's best players. But in the arena, they're prime time. And Season 2 of TGL presented by SoFi is back with lights, cameras, action. We're talking big moments, big personalities, big names in the stands, all on the big screen. Big-time matchups with shot clocks, hammer drops, timeouts, overtime, and playoffs. It's city versus city, squad versus squad. The sport just hits different under the lights. It's TGL presented by SoFi. Keep up. It's golf. Tune into every match. Only on ESPN.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
It's DeMarco Farr and Travis Rogers.
Right.
Just all right.
Right.
All right.
Right. It's cool.
By the way, I think that's the first time I ever said I.
Afternoons with DeMarco and Travis rolls on.
Did I get it out in one piece? Did I
Yeah, you did good. You did good.
Back to the guys.
Hi. All right, before you guys get into the shop talk, I just wanted to say shout out to Xavier, who is playing in CIF State, Gar High School. Good luck to you guys tonight. So, Xavier, good luck. Shout out to Gar High School.
Go get
him. Yes, sir.
My school was not good. We went to very little CIF.
Oh.
I have such fond memories of that stuff.
High school?
Yeah.
I love
high school athletics in particular.
Friday Night Lights. I love it.
Yeah,
Nothing better.
Like that bus ride to and from the game.
Oh.
From the game if you won.
Yeah.
From the game if you lost, not nearly as much fun.
Yeah.
But that Friday night, you go into somebody else's field, you win that game,
Love
you get
it.
back on the teammate or on the bus with your teammates. You know you're going to go to a party later
Nothing
that
better.
night. There's
Yeah.
nothing better than
Let's
that.
go.
Good luck, guys. Good
We
luck.
went to Nation's Cheeseburgers with our Letterman jackets on. That was our
Okay,
thing.
we ended up at Bob's Big Boy. a
Yes,
lot,
same.
And there was a Taco Lito was a famous spot in Arcadia, a little taco
There you
shop
go.
there.
That's
Not very
right.
good, but long famous. Been there forever, and that's where everybody would go. I'll still, when I go through Arcadia, hit it up every
There you
once in a
go.
while.
Yes, sir.
Happy 28th birthday to Jason Tatum. You know,
Really?
he
Is he coming back this year?
there's rumors that maybe by the time the playoffs roll around that he might be ready to go.
Then put
We'll see.
Boston at the top of my favorite list to come out of the East if he comes back.
We don't. Whenever we talk about the best players in the league, his name doesn't get mentioned as often as it should. I'm not saying he's the best player in the league, but he's at least in that group with the rest of them.
Yeah.
He's in the group with SGA and Jokic and Luka and those guys. He's on that list, don't you think?
Yes, hands down.
Why don't we
Yes.
mention him?
I don't know. He's boring. He's in Boston. Yeah.
Why don't you think we mention him?
I think this year specifically, just because of him being injured.
But
But
even last year when they won the
I
title,
think because
it's
there's
just
so
weird.
many guys. Like SGA, they're champions. Jokic just kills everything. So I think because there's
Kinda
so
bland.
much stacked talent that you're like, dun, dun,
but it's
keep
crazy
going
to your
down.
point because he is an NBA champion, and they put Anthony Edwards. They talk more about Anthony
That's what I'm
Edwards.
saying.
Compared
He's got
to
a
Jason Tatum.
personality.
And he's on the Celtics.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Like if he were on the Indiana Pacers or the Orlando Magic or something like that, okay, but he's on the Boston Celtics. He won the NBA title. And it's like,
We talk
oh,
about
yeah,
Halliburton
Tatum too.
more.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Happy 28th to him. Happy 44th to Jessica Biel.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Happy 44th.
What movie was that? Oh my God!
You know,
it
can't
was
even
an
think of a
Adam
single-
Sandler movie.
Oh, Chuck and Larry.
Chuck and Larry.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I do.
about. Yes,
no,
sir.
she's beautiful.
Yes.
She's been in, I remember her as a kid on that one weird.
Seventh
like-
Heaven.
Yeah, Seventh Heaven. That's what it
Seventh
was.
Heaven.
That was
It was a weird show.
interesting.
Yeah.
It was a little.
Yeah.
Russell Wilson would have liked that. National Moscow Mule Day today. Are you a fan?
I love Moscow Mules.
Do you really?
I love Moscow Mules.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you like it because
I
they
have
come
to
in a
be
little
remi-
copper mug?
Yes, I have to be reminded of them. Like, oh, let me get a mule, and then
Yeah.
I'll have 7.
They're dangerous.
You can just keep going.
Yeah,
and they're great with nachos.
Oh, I don't think I've ever
so
combined them with nachos.
They're so good with nachos.
Do you like a Moscow Mule, D?
I've had a pleasure of one.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Laura?
I have when I used to drink like carbonated stuff.
Oh,
I haven't
always
in a
forget about
while.
that, yeah.
But your girl would knock them back before.
Yes.
Yeah, I just like the mug. The taste of the cocktail's fine. It's not objectionable in any way, but I do like the little copper mug.
You know,
that's fun.
My first drink was a Long Island iced tea.
Well, sure.
Really?
Right. I think everybody kind of starts there,
I mean,
right?
Well, yeah, because it doesn't
Adios,
taste
baby.
like anything.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Right? No?
Adios.
Yeah,
Adios?
but that tastes like
Yeah.
Garbage.
yes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but a Long Island iced tea does not.
It tastes
A
pretty good.
Tokyo iced tea is really good too.
Yeah. What's that?
I have no idea, but it got me bleeped up.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, Long Island iced tea is nice, and that and Jack and Coke.
Oh, nice entry point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
There you go.
Hey, let's try this. Oh, that tastes a lot like
That
Coke.
was
Fireball?
really good.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
a
no,
fireball
I'm not
person.
either.
Not a fireball
Cinnamon.
person. No.
I need to remember.
Nope.
That's true.
Nope. National Canadian Bacon Day. I've always wanted to know why the Canadians get their own bacon. It bothers me.
And good.
Are you a Canadian bacon person?
It's ham. I like
It's
ham.
good.
If it's on an Egg McMuffin, yes.
Oh,
Sure.
yes.
But would
Yeah.
you have eggs and a piece of Canadian bacon on the side?
No, but if you gave me ham and eggs, I'd like that. It's just they've
True.
just decided like if you cut it into a circle, we're going to call it Canadian. It's
bacon.
a piece of ham.
That is.
What are we
that's all
doing?
It is.
Bacon has fat. Bacon has meat. Ham is not bacon. Ham is ham.
I like how you're so
No,
riled
but
up.
it drives me. We don't have Mexican bacon. We don't have Brazilian bacon and Puerto Rican bacon and Portuguese bacon. Why does Canada get their own bacon, and why isn't it bacon? These are the things that keep me up at night.
Good question. Don't know.
Yeah.
Good question.
It's not American bacon. The bacon you get in America is the same bacon you get in Korea. It's bacon.
Yeah, that's true. Never
Bothers
thought
me.
of it that way.
Bothers me.
Clearly it bothers you.
National
not.
Cold Cuts Day. The king
okay.
of the sandwiches, I would argue. Like it's the control group when you go into a deli.
Yeah.
A classic Italian sub is how you can evaluate the entire menu at a deli.
Okay, what's on an Italian sub?
Typically, there's a little salami, a little mortadella, a little capicola. Sometimes they'll put some ham in there, like that, and then the little Italian dressing, the shredded lettuce, the tomatoes, a
You
little
mean
oregano.
how they make it, or
just if they do that sandwich well,
they can
the
do
rest of
anything
the
else.
menu is pretty. If they can't get that sandwich right, you're in deep trouble everywhere else.
Never ordered one.
Really?
Never ordered one.
It's dangerous.
Is it really?
It's
a
good.
lot.
It's good.
Yeah.
Never ordered one.
So you walk into a deli, what do you get?
Either I get a salami
That
sandwich,
sounds
and
good.
that's it.
Yeah.
Pastrami sandwich,
That's also
that's
good.
it. A turkey sandwich, that's it. Or a tuna sandwich.
Tuna sandwich.
Yeah, always.
Tuna sandwich.
But never the Italian. Yeah.
Oh, Italians. Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
It's a mess. Be ready.
I love salami sandwiches.
It is a mess. Today in 1923, Time Magazine published their first issue ever.
Really?
Remember what a big deal that magazine used to be?
It used to be cool. Yes.
Yeah.
It used to
You're
tell
on the
you
cover
everything.
of Time Magazine. That was that was it.
That
you
was
were a
it.
big deal.
You were not only famous, you were smart.
Or you were a monster.
Or a monster. Bad
Yeah.
guy. The Time Person of the Year.
Yeah.
Could have been anybody. And
Sometimes it was a very bad guy.
This is true.
We don't have that anymore. Like even the cover of Sports Illustrated, if you were on the cover of Sports Illustrated, that was the pinnacle for an
Wheaties
athlete.
box.
Wheaties box.
Do we still do the Sexiest Man Alive, Sexiest Woman Alive? Do we still do
so.
that?
I think that's still
okay,
out there.
That used to be the thing. Mel Gibson was the first one. He was the
Oddly,
first.
I think that rings a bell.
He was the first Sexiest Man Alive.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte actually won it one year.
There's some weird ones in there. I'm not no disrespect to Nick Nolte, but there's some weird ones in there. All right, you're going to get this last one here, DeMarco. 1959, the San Francisco Giants had their new stadium officially named Candlestick Park.
Oh, my God.
How many games did you go see at the Stick?
None.
None?
Until
Now,
I
you played there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to the Stick. I went to the Coliseum. I'm a Raiders
You
fan.
never took a pilgrimage
Hell
to
no.
the Stick.
I'm not going to hang around some Niners fans.
No, baseball.
Oh, plenty then.
Yeah,
Yes.
okay, yeah.
I thought you meant for San Fran.
No.
I ain't going out there for the Niners.
The Giants game.
Plenty, yes.
Middle of August,
Thank
8
you.
degrees in Candlestick Park.
Thank you very much.
Wind blowing, trash pinned up
But
against the
again,
outfield
I was
wall.
in the Coliseum. I was watching Ricky and Jose go at it.
That was better.
With McGuire.
The Stick was a wonderful dump.
It
was a
That's a great way to
wonderful,
put it.
wonderful
Yes.
dump. Little Lakers basketball. Beto's got the Toyota Lakers countdown to tip-off coming up next.
Purple and gold-blooded. The Lake Show play here.
After a big win at home over the Kings, the Purple and Gold are back at Crypto.com.